Today, in front of an audience at CPAC, wielding a chainsaw he said he'd use to slash the federal bureaucracy, William Brangham looks at the history of the man at the center of this effort.
If the bureaucracy is in charge, and then what meaning does democracy actually have?
Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, now standing in the most powerful office in the world.
The people voted for major government reform. There should be no doubt about that.
But how did this visionary tech leader, a man who once championed clean energy to save the planet and remained politically neutral for much of his career, end up working with President Donald Trump to dramatically scale back the size of the federal government?
Very rarely do you see a business leader essentially camping out in the White House trying to influence government spending, influence government regulations the way Elon Musk is doing.
The Wall Street Journal's Tim Higgins wrote a book on Musk and Tesla called Power Play.
There's also this kind of prove the world wrong mentality. He's got a huge chip on his shoulder. For so long, he's been told that what he was doing wasn't possible, that he was crazy, that he couldn't do it. And when you talk to him, you realize he likes proving people wrong.
He tends to think in terms of missions for himself. So those usually revolve around making a big impact for humanity.
Kate Conger covers Musk for the New York Times and co-authored the book Character Limit about Musk's takeover of Twitter, which he renamed X.
You see this with SpaceX, where he's trying to extend the life of humanity by establishing colonies on Mars. With Tesla, where he's trying to cut back on EV emissions and save the planet. And with X, too, he has given himself this mission of what he sees as protecting and saving online free speech. And his approach to the Trump administration is the same. He views this as an opportunity to save America and save democracy.
Musk grew up in a wealthy family in 1970s South Africa, then still in the midst of its racist apartheid regime. Walter Isaacson, who wrote a biography of Musk, told Amna Nawaz back in 2023 that Musk had a difficult childhood, struggling with autism spectrum disorder, being repeatedly bullied, and dealing with an allegedly emotionally abusive father.
Those demons, the dark things about being bullied as a kid, having psychological problems with his father, turn into drives, too. Drives that get him to be the only person who can get astronauts into orbit from the United States, or reuse rockets and land them, or bring us into the era of electric vehicles. But it also makes him a dark and mercurial character, and sometimes a crazed character at times.
Musk moved to the US for college, where he studied physics and economics, but building web-based products, including an online banking service, is what earned him his first real fortune. It was around this time that Elon Musk turned his sights to two very different fields: the nascent electric car industry and the decades-old competition to conquer space. Musk quickly became a groundbreaking pioneer in both.
And launch of the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket.
Musk founded the rocket company SpaceX in 2002 and quickly became a key partner with NASA on both manned and unmanned space flights. Musk invested in Tesla, then a fledgling electric car company, and would eventually become its CEO.
An electric car can be the best car in the world.
In a remarkably short span, Tesla became the world's most valuable auto company.
Time and time again, as you look at through kind of his career art, it's his ability to build excitement around his vision that tends to help him win the day. It's tapping into this kind of primal idea, this excitement that people have about what is possible.
Another of his ventures is Starlink, a satellite internet provider that's used in over 100 countries and has large US government contracts. As these various businesses have grown, so has his net worth. In 2021, he became the world's richest man. And yet, despite Musk's power, he has spent most of his career avoiding politics.
And I'm sort of moderate, sort of half Republican, half Democrat, if you will. But I'm somewhere in the middle. I guess I'm sort of socially liberal and fiscally conservative.
During the first Trump administration, Musk quit a presidential advisory board in protest after Trump withdrew from the Paris Climate Accord. But during the pandemic, his politics began a rightward turn. He hated being ordered to lock down his Tesla plants in California.
He was also at the time going through some things in his personal life. He had a child who was coming out as trans and beginning a gender transition.
Musk often blamed his child's transition on so-called woke ideology.
They call it dead naming for a reason.
Yeah,
All right. So the reason it's called dead naming is because your son is dead, killed by the woke mind virus.
Additionally, in 2021, Musk was excluded from a Biden administration summit on electric cars because Tesla had blocked unionization at its facilities.
That's something that Musk has typically resisted in his factories. So Tesla was excluded, and that really bothered Musk.
Over the years, Musk spent increasing amounts of time on Twitter, shooting out messages at all hours of the day and night. Everything from vulgar jokes to business updates to memes that critics called racist and sexist. Even his intention to buy the platform outright. He first tried to walk that back, but then purchased Twitter for $44 billion in 2022, promising to create a digital town square, but quickly taking actions that echo his work today in Washington.
Musk's takeover of Twitter was really chaotic, I think, by any measure. He came into the company and very quickly wanted to slash its budget, and that meant getting rid of everything from a large number of workers to getting rid of real estate to firing the janitorial staff who were cleaning the offices. Really, no item in Twitter's budget went untouched.
Musk changed the platform's policies on hate speech, and when analysts claimed that vitriol then flourished on the renamed X, advertisers balked and the company's value slid. In characteristic fashion, Musk had no time for his critics.
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f yourself. But go f yourself. Is that clear?
Meanwhile, colleagues and board members at his companies reported that they were increasingly concerned about Musk's mental health and drug use, specifically the drug ketamine, which Musk says he's prescribed to treat depressive episodes. He began leaning even further into politics, backing Republican.
Hey, Les, what up? Yes. We back in the building with another podcast vlog. This is Raw Dope Podcast Vlog, and I'm your host, Han 5000. And in my famous words, in my easiest words, in my best word that I could bring to you, good morning. Good morning, y'all. Listen to me. I was a little late because I put a wake and bake in me, and I fell back to sleep. I'm sorry about that, y'all. But man, we cooking today. The New York City non-correctional officers, 6 of them charged with murder, 3 of them charged with manslaughter, been taken into custody, been charged by New York. And on top of that, the New York correctional officers striking now. 42 prison in New York COs walked off the job. We about to get busy like the Punky Dance. And of course I had to open up with Elon Musk brought out the chainsaw. 6,000 federal jobs cut. Elon said, you know, if you pay taxes or they took taxes, he's throwing out a $5,000 check after this budget cut. Man, we getting busy. Please hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please become a subscriber today. Please become a subscriber today. If you want to donate to the channel, it's a little purse thing right there. Go hit that purse right there and you can purchase the t-shirts, or you can donate to the channel and become a member. Show some love, but the most important thing, double tap the screen for me. If you want a bus, if you want a subway, if you're watching me from home, if you want a mobility joint, grab your phone and hit the subscribe button and like this video. Double tap. I'm going to be my third like. I'm going to go to my phone, right, and go to my screen, and I'm going to like this video because I'm going to be in here with y'all at about 9 o'clock, baby, or a little bit later. It all depends. We're going to turn up. So I'm going to be the third. Oh, somebody beat me to the punch. Every time I say that every morning, somebody always want to be the light. You know what I mean? Well, I'm going to be my 5th light. Hold up. Let me do it right now. I'm going to be my 5th light. Double tap. I'm going to be my 5th light. Hey, it's 40 people in here, man. I thank y'all for tapping in with me. Raw Dope Podcast. And again, good morning. Todd boy, where you been at, baby? Where you been at? Kansas City in the building. Yes, let's get back into this Elon Musk, and we going straight into that indictment that New York City passed down on them 9 crooked correctional officers, racist, skinheads, KKK correctional officers that was taken down by the state of New York for beating Robert to death.
Candidates during the 2022 midterms.
And if you mess with me,
the party of
roll up.
And hate. And he shared extremist hard right views on X, endorsing the so-called Great Replacement theory that argues Democrats want open borders to replace white voters, and he elevated anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. Though he initially didn't support Trump's re-election, saying he was too old to return to the White House, after last year's assassination attempt, he changed his mind.
But the true test of someone's character is how they behave under fire. And we had one president who couldn't climb a flight of stairs, and another who was fist pumping after getting shot.
Musk formed a super PAC to support Trump's bid, donating more than $200 million of his own money.
This election, I think, is going to decide the fate of America, and along with the fate of America, the fate of Western civilization.
What up?
Trump, in turn, embraced Musk on the trail and promised a role for him in a second administration.
I will create a government efficiency commission tasked with conducting a complete financial and performance audit of the entire federal government and making recommendations for drastic reforms.
Following Trump's win, Musk continued to turn heads by supporting a far-right political party in Germany that's been accused of resurrecting Nazi-era ideology and speaking to one of its rallies. Now, as Musk leads this effort to scrutinize and cut federal agencies from within, his own companies retain massive multi-billion-dollar government contracts. Musk has resisted any financial disclosures and claims there's no conflict with his cost-cutting efforts. And while there are numerous court challenges to his efforts, Musk continues to enjoy the full support of President Trump.
The team we have is really unbelievable. But those executive orders, I sign them, and now they get passed on to him and his group and other people, and they're all getting done. We're getting them done.
For the PBS NewsHour, I'm William Brangham.
There you go, man. Elon in there, government people and got their jobs, and man, that's a lot of unemployed money they're gonna have to kick out. I don't know, man. Then Elon did that shit in the mix of tax time. Like, I would think you want to feed the economy, man. Now, man, yeah, he the king of what he do, but I think some stuff that Elon is saying makes sense. But let's see. They got 4 years to do it, but they won't vote Elon Musk in for president. They won't do that. They won't do better. Let's get into this, man. Now, months ago, I broke a story about an inmate named Robert. I forget his last name. I broke a story about him. Robert Brooks. Robert Brooks. Oh man, New York, up in Ithaca, did him dirty, bro. They killed him, murdered him. And after this, he's deceased, his family, but it took New York City so long to charge these officers. So they finally has been charged, right? And I didn't even, I looked at it this morning, but I was looking at it and had the volume down because I wanted I wanted to view this with my viewers, because if anybody know me, I've been in prison before and I've seen a lot of fucked up shit happen in prison by correctional officers, and just to see them. What is it? It should just pop out New York correctional officers. Non-New York correctional officers being charged. Oh, what? Oh, I thought that was Wale. Oh, that's Young Scooter. Hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment, man. You know, when you're a one-man band, bro, you're doing a lot now. So I got to do my research. I got to do everything, y'all. But it's hard, but it's fair. That's how it go. I grind. Here we go. Here we go. You know, my phone is connected to the joint, so I can just type it from my phone. There we go. Here we go. Let's get busy, y'all. Hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment. For y'all that don't know the Robert case, I'm gonna do two things for y'all. I'm gonna show y'all this, and then y'all go from this. It's gruesome. It's gruesome. I'm gonna show y'all little clips of it, and then y'all go for that. But please hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment. Before the end of the show, we'll go back to if Elon the king or not. Elon the king of getting the money. Elon's a genius, but he ain't the king.
Body camera footage captured the beating death of an inmate at an upstate prison. Charges have now been filed.
All right, Governor Hochul called the attack on Robert Brooks brutal and says he should still be alive today. Fox 5's Linda Schmidt has been following this story and joins us now with the latest. Linda.
Yeah, late breaking news here today as well. Well, the video showing that brutal beating triggered outrage and calls for justice. Now, 5 corrections officers in upstate New York have been charged with second-degree murder as well as other crimes. One by one, the corrections officers were arraigned in court today. 5 were charged with second-degree murder. 3 others are charged with manslaughter. A 9th person, a prison worker, is charged with tampering with evidence. Now, it was back in December that body cameras that were worn by the corrections officers recorded the brutal beating of inmate Robert Brooks at Marcy Correctional Facility. While he was handcuffed, Brooks was repeatedly punched, kicked, and dragged. Governor Hochul announced an autopsy had concluded that Brooks' death was a homicide. And investigators said in court filings that preliminary findings show asphyxia due to compression of the neck. Governor Hochul issuing a statement today saying in part, quote, Robert Brooks should be alive today. The brutal attack on Mr. Brooks was sickening, and I immediately moved to terminate the employment of those involved. Now the perpetrators have been rightfully charged with murder. The special prosecutor in this case spoke about the vicious beating after court.
There's no justification for what they did. And in fact, it just, in my judgment, it just supports the finding of the grand jury that this was a depraved situation and warranted a murder charge.
Now, all of those charged pleaded not guilty in court today. The corrections officers charged with murder face as much as 25 years to life in prison if they are convicted. The family of Robert Brooks has also filed a civil lawsuit. Now, according to prison records and court documents, he had been serving a 12-year prison sentence in the stabbing of a former girlfriend. And his father released a statement just a short time ago saying, quote, today we have taken an important step on the long road to accountability and justice.
That's right,
Steve, back upstairs to you.
All right. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Linda. So y'all seen it. That's what these guys are charged for. Now I'm getting busy. I'm in a butt. I'm on a line. I'm on a line. I'm reporting it. Yes, I've been reporting it. Yes, beautiful day. They charge.
We begin with the officer shot on the Lower East Side. Cops were executing.
You know what I mean? They got to go to that prison. They got to go now. You got to go where they at.
U.S. Meanwhile, the prison inmate brought to a new prison in upstate New York. Authorities say within a half an hour of arriving there, the inmate was clinically dead. Tonight, hear the disturbing police video, and now 9 former corrections officers are charged. Here's Stephanie Ramos.
Tonight, multiple corrections officers seen in this disturbing body camera video beating Robert Brooks at a New York State prison, now charged in his death. Brooks had just been transferred to the Marcy Correctional Facility near Utica.
About a half an hour later, he was clinically dead.
6 former officers charged with murder, all 6 plus 3 others charged with manslaughter. Last December, the officers seen choking, punching, and kicking the 43-year-old in the face, torso, and genitals.
I think any sentient human being looking at the tapes naturally comes to the conclusion that he must have said something. He must have spit at the officers. He must have resisted in some way. And the fact of the matter is, he did absolutely nothing.
An autopsy finding Brooks died from homicide caused by asphyxia due to neck compression and multiple blunt force injuries. Tonight, Brooks's family calling the charges a step toward accountability.
These men murdered my father.
Murder.
It was on video.
That's right.
These men need to be prosecuted and convicted of the crimes they made.
And be sent to prison.
Brooks had been serving a 12-year prison sentence for assault. All of the charged officers pled not guilty, and some have been released on bond. David.
Stephanie Ramos with us here. Steph, thank you.
Thanks, Steph. I ain't feeling them. Now, guess what else they doing? Now, listen. Now the correctional officers.
Wake up!
A strong message for New York leadership from voices within the state prison system. These corrections officers outside Attica Correctional Facility joining hundreds of others across the state for an illegal strike unsanctioned by their union. That strike in its second day today. It began at Collins Correctional on Monday, spreading rapidly around our region and the state. In Western New York, officers at 5 of the 7 state prisons are now on the picket line. As of tonight, it appears a total of 9 prisons statewide are impacted by strike efforts based on where the Department of Corrections has shut down visitation until further notice. Good evening once again. In her first public message since the strikes began yesterday, the governor tonight says she's preparing to send in the National Guard to staff these prisons if officers remain on strike after tomorrow. There is a long list of demands that officers say they want before they'll head back to work. Those demands include a reversal of the HALT bill, which currently restricts the use of solitary confinement areas, plus no staffing reductions and no pay reductions or disciplinary actions for those protesting. 7 News, as you know, is a voice for everyone. And tonight we're working to amplify voices from both sides of the picket line. We're turning the mic over to families of corrections officers, as well as those who used to work inside, about the conditions these officers are working under. But we begin
What about
with
the
7 News
conditions of the
reporter Derek
inmates
Hyde,
living under?
who brings us up to speed on the strikes live outside Collins tonight. Derek.
That's right, Jeff. Welcome back to Collins Correctional Facility. And if you've been watching us for the past couple of days, you'll know that you're used to me with the prison behind me. But here we're reversing things. And here we're going to take you across the street from the prison to an ongoing strike with many of their corrections officers not going to work. Now, there's only about a few dozen people here now. This is the lowest it's been all day. There's been upwards of 100 at some points. But now the governor's saying the National Guard is prepared to step in and start supporting the corrections officers that are still staffing the facilities right now. But how did we get to a point that the governor is sending the National Guard to our prisons?
And I understand the reasons why they're doing it. I don't think anybody supports it. There was no other option.
Vinny Blasio is a retired 27-year veteran officer of the New York State Corrections Department. But now Blasio has a new role as an advocate for his former co-workers who will not speak to the media out of fear for their jobs.
It's their voice that needs to be heard, and they cannot speak. They're just frustrated, and they say, I'm willing to give up this job because I am not safe on the inside anymore. And you can't blame them for that.
For 2 days now, COs at Collins Correctional in Southern Erie County have gone on an illegal strike, and prisons across Western New York and across the state are joining in.
Not only are they looking at fines, discipline, they're facing possible termination.
Per New York State's Taylor law, strikes by public employees like these COs are prohibited and could even lead to jail time. This protest followed a 3-day lockdown at Collins after what the state called a contraband cell phone incident.
Collins was the boiling point as far as what had just recently happened with the Durham takeover. But this is in no way reflective of one jail or just Collins.
On the second day of the strike, we are finally hearing from the state. Corrections Commissioner Daniel Martusello said in a statement, this strike is causing irreparable harm to the operations of the department and jeopardizing the safety and security of their coworkers within these facilities. I'm told by several people the The officers at work when this strike started have been mandated to stay and work for 2 days straight. Governor Kathy Hochul has also issued a statement saying, quote, "The illegal and unlawful actions being taken by a number of correction officers must end immediately." Hochul ordered the National Guard to secure the correctional facilities in the event the strike is not resolved by Wednesday. She added, quote, "Correction officers do difficult work under challenging circumstances, and I have consistently fought for them to have better pay and working conditions and will continue to do so. But based on the signs outside the prisons, these workers say the governor is part of the problem."
You don't hear them out there, we are demanding more money, we're demanding this. What are you hearing from them? We want to be safe. Who does not want to feel safe?
How can we call more for you today?
You will be safe if y'all did y'all jobs and went killing inmates. So how y'all feel about that? This brother, I got to get back into one of them charged. I don't care about nothing else. 9 officers being charged. But his son speaks out. Robert Brooks' son speaks out. We locking in with this. They deserve it. It took them too long to charge him anyway.
Of this man,
Robert Brooks.
was
Y'all
an
remember
inmate at
that
Marcy
name?
Correctional in December
I need a
when he was
retwist.
severely beaten. All caught on camera.
interviews today. We
His
working
son
today.
speaking out after these people were charged today.
Man, ain't not fresh, ain't not clean,
I will never
ain't
get my
no
father back.
gangster in me.
The men have robbed me of that opportunity. Still, indictments are an important step towards accountability. These men murdered my father. It was on video. The whole world got to
Hit that
see
notification button, y'all.
When
Hit
it
the
worked for these
notification
charges
button. Double
have been
tap,
extremely
double tap.
hard,
Like this video.
but these men
Double
need to be
tap. Like this
prosecuted and
video.
convicted of the crimes they made.
Yes, they do, Sean. And he is.
We have team coverage for you tonight with both News Channel 9's
Wow.
Kendra Brodus and Andrew Donovan, who were at the courtroom today. Let's start with News Channel 9's Andrew Donovan. Andrew, a tension-filled day, to say the least.
Well, Jeff, between years working in Utica
Hold up, y'all.
and Syracuse areas, about
If you turn it to my channel and you know it is 7:25, 5 minutes to 7:30. It's the waking bait. Listen to me. Listen to me here. So what? You know you sip. So what? You smoke the earth. We just having fun. I don't care who sees. Somehow we get loud. That's how it's supposed to be. Living young, wild, and free. That's one of my favorite songs. 2 songs are my favorite songs. One song's by Jay-Z, Forever Young. And then Young, Wild, and Free. It's the anthem from when you get 35. It's the anthem of saying, hey, I'm not a kid no more. I'm doing all my adult stuff and I'm doing my big boy stuff. And now after I relax, I live young, wild, and free. And not wild. Wild meaning adventurous. Like, hey, shout out to Porch Prophet TV. My brother in the building. Make sure y'all go over to Porch Prophet and catch up on your news and your sports. But being young, wild, and free doesn't mean you're an idiot. Young, wild, and free means being older. You know what I mean? With the speed, because, you know, you're young as long as you're 70. I'm going to say 60. You're young. 60, you start getting older. But when you under 70 years old, man, you live. You live. You live, man. And that's what it's about. If you like, whatever you like to do, handle your business first, take care of your personal business, and then live your life. If you want to be somebody important, be yourself. But if you just tuned in, we talked about Elon Musk and Donald Trump releasing 6,000 federal workers. And now we're talking about Robert Brooks. 9 correctional officers was charged. 6 with second-degree murder, 3 with manslaughter. After they being charged, the New York correctional officers want to go on strikes because all the laws that's put in place for them not to brutalize, kill, and take advantage of inmates serving their debt back to society. So roll up with
13
me.
or so. I've never seen the high-profile stakes, it seems, of any court proceeding ever. The number of law enforcement here closing roads, the number of people trying to get in the courtroom, family members and supporters of Robert Brooks, but also reporters from all across the Northeast trying to see what was happening. I've never seen anything like it. Ultimately, what happened was an indictment, several counts, 10 corrections officers' names in here, 6 of whom are now charged with murder, 5 of whom were in court today. They surrendered to New York State Police earlier today in time for this 2 p.m. arraignment on the charges. The 5 accused of murder for having the most to do with the beating death of Robert Brooks back in December in their jobs as correction officers at the Marcy Correctional Facility. Remember, the Onondaga County District Attorney was called in as a special prosecutor for this case. He was in court today in Utica. Here's what he said just after those.
That's the one that kicked him.
Robert died of massive beating to his body, both externally and internally. Several of his internal organs were bruised. His hyoid bone was fractured. His thyroid cartilage was ripped. He also died as a result of repeated restrictions to his airways,
and they deserve
causing severe brain damage.
They deserve it. They deserve life in prison. They deserve it.
Just hearing those words and watching Robert Brooks' son listen to them was just something that anyone in the room won't forget. Now, in addition to the 6 officers who were charged with murder, 5 again arraigned today. Another will be arrested next week. Basically, there was a scheduling conflict with that 6th person accused of murder, but several other employees were charged with lesser crimes. My colleague, News Channel 9's Kendra Brodus, was also in the courtroom today. Kendra has more on the other charges that these other officers and employees are facing.
Marcy Correctional Facility. Marcy Correctional
Right,
Facility.
So those 5 we saw today and the other charged with murder. So 6 total, but there are other charges in play. There are 2 that are both charged with gang assaults. 3 others all charged with manslaughter in the second degree for essentially doing nothing to stop the beating.
For example,
and one man charged solely with tampering physical evidence. Fitzpatrick explaining that his office was tasked with attempting to assess the accountability of those involved, starting with number 1, being those who physically assaulted Brooks.
Those who
were
there
what you believe.
in a position of authority and did absolutely nothing while Robert was being beaten. And finally, the third tier, those who were to a lesser extent aware of what was happening to Robert, or should have been aware of what was happening to him,
and they
did nothing.
I smoke loud, and I live in
And News Channel 9's Andrew Donovan and I will have continuing coverage all night. But for now, in Utica, Kendra Brodus, News Channel 9.
Well, Medellin, it's a beautiful place. But, oh, man, we got so much going on this morning. I don't smoke Reggie, bro. And if you was from Colombia, you wouldn't even say the word Reggie. You know what I'm saying? If you was really from Colombia, you wouldn't even use the word Reggie. And why? Some Colombians don't know what Reggie is. There's no such thing as Reggie no more. You know what I mean? Where we from, there's no such thing as Reggie no more, bro. I'll be honest with you. I have to be honest with you. You know what I mean? That Reggie don't a low, but not no rage, bro. You could grow this shit yourself. You don't have to smoke that. You know what I mean? You don't have to smoke Reggie. You could grow weed. You got dispensaries. At one time, certain people had to put that Reggie Miller in them. You know what I mean? I come out and smoke for so long that Reggie used to be a good bud at one time. Con bud, hydro. You know what I mean? Different type of weed. Different weed that was out. It's different shit. Update. Like, how you know I'm smoking Reggie, bro? You ain't in my blood. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with that, though. It's the shit Combs do, bro. Like, tell somebody what they want to have no clue. You know what I mean?
2 months after body camera footage captured the beating death of an inmate.
Let's go. We listen to this.
2 months after body camera footage captured the beating death of an inmate at an upstate prison, charges have now been filed.
All right, Governor Hochul called the attack on Robert Brooks brutal and says he should still be alive today. Fox 5's Linda Schmidt.
The Mod Squad in the building.
Yeah, late breaking news today as well.
Mod Squad in the building. Let's go. Mod
Triggered
Squad.
outrage and calls for justice. Now, 5 corrections officers in upstate New York have been charged with second-degree murder as well as other crimes. One by one, the corrections officers were arraigned in court today. 5 are charged with second-degree murder. 3 others are charged with manslaughter. A 9th person, a prison worker, is charged with tampering with evidence. Now, it was back in December that body cameras that were worn by the corrections officers recorded the brutal beating of inmate Robert Brooks at Marcy Correctional Facility.
That one right there that was kicking him.
Brooks was repeatedly punched, kicked, and dragged. Governor Hochul announced an autopsy had concluded that Brooks' death was a homicide. And investigators said in court filings that preliminary findings show asphyxia due to compression of the neck. Governor Hochul issuing a statement today saying in part, quote, Robert Brooks should be alive today. The brutal attack on Mr. Brooks was sickening, and I immediately moved to terminate the employment of those involved. Now the perpetrators have been rightfully charged with murder. The special prosecutor in this case spoke about the vicious beating after court.
Bro. I'm going to read this comment. This is it. You get them away. Ibrahim, exalted father, Isaac, 12:4, the creator of the universe, father of the Negroes who are the real Jews, people who will rule again. Brother, nothing wrong with that. And some of that stuff that you just wrote, I believe. You know what I mean? Especially the Negro part. You know what I mean? I know my history to know that the Israelites was the originals. I know a lot of things, but this is a hip-hop news and entertainment channel. You know what I'm saying? And my guy just hit me yesterday, want to create a channel for stuff like that. But, you know, I don't really get into religious. I'm Muslim by faith. I don't knock nobody else or what they do. I don't, you know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm not a perfect Muslim. It's like it's not no perfect Catholics, no perfect Jews, no perfect Christians, none of that. I'm not perfect. I'm a believer. I said La ilaha illallah Muhammadan Rasulullah. You know what I mean? That's a little Arabic for you. You know what I mean? I believe in Prophet Muhammad. I believe in Jesus. Isa wa alayhi salam. May peace and blessings be upon him. I believe in a lot of people in the good book because it teaches us who they was in the Quran and the Sunnah and the Torah. So I don't really get into all that. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna knock you for spreading the message. There's 61 people in the chat. They might, you know, you might gain somebody from that. But that's, you know, my channel about hip hop, entertainment, and news. That's it, bro. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the channel or the time and place. But assalamu alaikum. You know, God bless you. You know what I mean? Keep up the faith, man. And then, you know, keep up the faith and keep up the good work. You know, service to humanity is the best work of life. Raising awareness to the people is a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? Double tap the screen, hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment.
There's no justification for what they did. And in fact, it just, in my judgment, it just supports the finding of the grand jury that this was a depraved situation and warranted a murder charge.
Now, all of those charged pleaded not guilty in court today. The corrections officers charged with murder face as much as 25 years to life in prison if they are convicted. The family of Robert Brooks has also filed a civil lawsuit. Now, according to prison records and court documents, he had been serving a 12-year prison sentence in the stabbing of a former girlfriend. And his father released a statement just a short time ago saying, quote, today we have taken an important step on the long road to accountability and justice. Steve, back upstairs to you.
All right. Thank you, Linda.
Linda and them ain't playing. This is like, yo, this is the biggest news in New York. And the police got shot in New York. This New York is on fire right now. You know what I'm saying? New York is on fire. A cop shot at the violent repeat offender.
An NYPD officer shot after a barricaded suspect.
Get back to Robin, but this is New York.
An NYPD officer shot after a barricaded suspect fires at police. Welcome to the noon and Bianca Peters. One shooting happened while officers were executing a search warrant on the Lower East Side, and according to officials, the suspect fired 3 rounds at officers. Fox 5's Adverse is live on the scene right now. Lisa, what's the very latest on this?
Well, Bianca, it was a terrifying morning for residents here at the Atlantic houses on the Lower East Side, just off Grand Street, when a suspect wanted on a gun charge was barricaded inside an apartment here for nearly 3 hours and then started shooting at police. Now, it turns out he was already on parole on previous gun charges. Now, it all happened right here in this complex, about 2 buildings in there. An NYPD Emergency Service Unit detective was with the team as they approached the door. He was shot in his arm as he and other officers tried to serve a search warrant on a man who was inside an apartment in the NYCHA houses here, NYCHA's Vladeck houses. When they knocked on the door, about 5 this morning, the suspect opened fire on them through the door. The officers were not hit at that point and did not return fire. Now, the standoff lasted 3.5 hours when the suspect started shooting again and struck the detective in his arm. Now, here's local assembly member who residents called for help.
There was a lot of screaming and yelling and emotions. Like I said, out here, you have a whole court of people, right, who were out here. There was a lot of emotions, a lot of neighbors who knew him. His sibling was out here.
Now, just a short time ago, Mayor Adams, as well as NYPD Commissioner Tisch, were
What up,
at
Black?
the hospital where the
Black,
officer was taken. Here's what they had to say.
An officer was shot this morning on the Lower East Side.
That boy, you never see the streets again.
Officer was shot in the
You never
upper
see the
arm
streets again.
in the line of duty while executing a search warrant for a gun.
The suspect, 35-year-old Edwin Rivera, is a career criminal, a convicted felon with multiple priors for gun possession and narcotics. He has been on parole 4 times, and he is actually on parole today. And I want to be very clear that today is not the only time that Mr. Rivera has been arrested while out on his current parole.
Now, the detectives from the ESU, that's the emergency service unit, of which the detective who was shot is a member of, they typically handle these barricade and hostage type situations, and usually when it involves the most dangerous of these suspects. Now, incredibly, despite the fact that they faced fire from the suspect twice, the officers did not return fire. We're live at the Vladeck houses on the Lower East Side. I'm Lisa Evers. Bianca, back to you in the studio.
All right, Lisa, appreciate the update on that story there.
Damn, I had to get back in there. Suspect accused of hitting NYPD with a glass bottle. Like, dudes hitting New York a crazy motherfucker, bro. You know what I mean? But good God almighty.
This is breaking news.
Because that motherfucking city's so packed, bro. So packed, bro. Prison surveillance video clashes and inmate prison surveillance shows.
Staffing shortages forced up.
Listen, I'm about to show y'all this.
Yeah, school's good. Well, my roommate is Brian Thomas. I think he's.
Staffing shortages, forced overtime, and rising violence inside New York's prisons. Now, correction officers across the state are walking off the job in protest. The unauthorized strikes have caused lockdowns at multiple facilities, with officers saying conditions are unsafe. CBS 6's Brianna Sapardi reports from outside Coxsackie Correctional, where officers are out on strike.
More than 100 corrections officers braved the cold and stood outside of Coxsackie Correctional Facility on strike. Just one of more than 24 strikes happening today outside of state prisons in the state. And while I tried getting an on-camera interview with some of these folks here, they refused in fear of getting reprimanded, but they did want to show me what they face inside prison walls. This surveillance footage showing the moments leading up to a 2022 prison riot at Great Meadow Correctional Facility. In the footage, an inmate attacks an officer before chaos ensues. The riot sent 5 officers to the hospital. This footage here showing a glimpse of the struggles corrections officers say they face daily. This scene from Greenhaven Correctional Facility. An inmate stabbing another.
Niggas going to work. Hold up. You holy. Don't kill them all, baby. Let me read them. Tie boy, hey, baby. Hey. Tie boy. Hold on, I'm gonna let y'all see this. Let me show y'all this. Y'all ready for this? This might mess your whatchamacallem up. Okay. Oh, my bad. Yo, I'm about to play this for y'all. These dudes is going to work. They're going to work in here. The correction officers can't do nothing. Big ock right there. They going to work. They going to work in this New York facility, bro. Look, they going to work. All beef's getting handled. Know that song, You Want to Take a Ride? Get in. I grew up in the other side, getting it in. The correctional officers walk off the job. It's all she wrote.
Facility. In the footage, an inmate attacks an officer.
Can y'all hear me now? My bad. Styles P said, thick is thick, frail is frail. Make sure that my name ring bells whenever I'm in jail. It's the belly of the beast, bottom of hell. CO's pulling the pin, turtles is coming. But before I hit the block, dog, I'm murdering something. Thick is thick, frail is frail. Man, them boys got the working in that joint. That was, it's on. That's how prison is. It's on. It gets ugly. Ain't nothing them guards can do. So now what happens when the guards walk off the job and take a strike? That means the predators are off the chain gang. They slapping COs that was a problem. Inmates that was running, man, they coming for you. They coming for you. You gotta watch their back because they coming to get you. They coming to get you. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. You know what I mean? And that ain't no place to play. Let me finish playing.
Last week was the breaking point. The shifts normally is an 8-hour shift.
No, them officers scared after what they did to Robert Brooks. Them inmates, the guys, them convicts, inmates, gangs, they ain't playing with them. It's ugly. They getting out of there.
Officers are calling for better working conditions, like the end of 24-hour shifts or the HALT Act, which limits solitary confinement in New York State. The Department of Corrections responding, saying legislation can't be changed overnight and that they're doing everything they can to recruit and retain staff. Meanwhile, the strikes continue to strain prison operations, Governor Hochul threatening to take action.
I am directing everyone involved in these unlawful strikes to stop these actions immediately. Legal action has already commenced to ensure compliance. Do what's right. Do your jobs.
With many officers on strike and refusing to report to work, the governor said 3,500 New York National Guard troops have reported to duty to help staff these correctional facilities now facing staffing shortages. The governor also brought in an independent mediator to help end these strikes, which she considers illegal. But these officers behind me tell me that they're going to be here every day on strike until their demands are met. Reporting in Coxsackie, Brianna Sucardi, CBS 6 News.
My man Juan and it was in Coxsackie.
When you car more, you do
It was in Coxsackie. You know what I mean? I used to live in New York, so I had homeboys in New York. And they got locked up there. They was in the prisons, Coxsackie, Greens. They was in them different joints, bro. And them joints rough. Them joints rough. Here go the court hearing. Here go the court hearing, y'all. I'm playing the court here. Hey, please, y'all, please hit that like button. Double tap the screen, man. Shout out to the Mod Squad in the building. Kenny in the building, Ty Boy in the building, Candy King in the building. The Mod Squad is definitely in the building, man. Follow my Mod Squad. I ain't playing this all day. Let them disgrace motherfucking bitches come in here so we can hear them be in charge. So they can be charged. We want them charged. My audience want to hear them being charged. Everybody looking at, oh, here they come. One of them. There they go. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Look at him. Now he go ahead.
So to begin, Ms. Hartwell, you have a number of requests from news media for audio and video coverage of today's proceedings, as well as still photography. Do you have any objection?
Objection, Your Honor.
Look at him. Look how big this boy is.
Sir, your name is Christopher Walrath?
Yes, sir.
So, Mr. Walrath, you're charged under indictment 25035 with the felony offenses of murder in the second degree as well as manslaughter in the first degree. On these charges, you're entitled to the assistance of counsel at this and all stages of proceedings. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided to you at no cost to you. Ms. Hartwell here is with the Public Defender's Office. If you qualify for her services and you like, I can assign her to represent you. Is that your wish?
Yes.
Do you at least preliminarily qualify, Ms. Hartwell?
Yes, Your Honor. He does.
All right. And at this time, Ms. Hartwell and her office will be assigned to represent you. I'll just note, Mr. Walrath, that is subject to your it being verified that you are financially eligible for assignment of the Public Defender's Office and that we do not have a conflict of counsel develop as the case moves forward. I just want to make sure you understand that. With that, we're here today to be arraigned on indictment 25035. And Mr. Fitzpatrick, you may arraign.
Mr. Wallace, in indictment 2025-35, you've been charged by an Oneida County grand jury with various crimes, the top count of which is murder in the second degree. Counsel asks if you waive a formal reading of the indictment.
I will. Yes, thank you.
This time, Your Honor, I'm going to hand counsel a copy of the indictment with one name redacted because that person is not yet in custody, along with our standard pretrial notices, and ask if you acknowledge receipt of that.
Going to jail. Walk to the other side where it's hiding the
Do I acknowledge receipt, Your Honor?
Little boys ain't ready to go to the pen.
Yes, Your Honor. We enter pleas with not guilty.
The not guilty plea is entered on the defendant's behalf. We're going to adjourn the case to March 31st at 9:30 a.m. for a pretrial conference and to set a motion schedule. With respect to the topic of bail, what's the position of the people?
We would ask for bail to be set consistent with that of Mr. Ganzalone, Mr. Farina, and Mr. Gallagher, Your Honor.
Ms. Hartwell, your thoughts?
Your Honor, with regard to that, I'm just only asking the court to consider the reasonable bail based on the information that the court has received, as well as the fact that my client is a lifelong resident here in the area of New York State, and I do not believe is a flight risk.
Officer, would you mind passing this over to Ms. Hartwell? Court has considered the arguments of counsel as well as the statutory factors, taking particular note of the reality that if the defendant were convicted of the top count contained in the indictment, he could face as much as 25 years to life in state prison. Bail is set in the following amounts. That is $100,000 cash, $250,000 insurance company bail bond, or $1 million partially secured surety bond with a minimum 10% deposit. Now, Mr. Walrath, if you do make bail and you release while these charges are pending, you do have a right to be present at all stages of proceedings in your case. If you do not come back to court when required, then a warrant will be issued for your arrest. The bail posted would be forfeited and lost. You would then face a new felony charge that's known as bail jumping. And the case may proceed in your absence, meaning you can be tried in your absence and if convicted, sentenced in your absence as well. You understand?
Sure.
There's a document in writing to that effect of the warnings I just gave you. Please take a moment to review the same with your attorney.
They going to jail. They gave them boys bails though. You know what I mean? Here in Baltimore, they wouldn't have got no bail. But I guess they correctional facilities, and at the time they gonna fear for their lives. Because they ain't going to nobody's jail without getting crushed.
For the record, the
Look, they
defendant
call them
executed the
Aryan,
original,
skinhead,
court
racist white boys, or they
that is
showing
adjourned
off.
now to March 31st at 9:30 a.m. for a pretrial
Yep.
conference.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
They're gonna have problems in prison.
Court ordered defendant to surrender his passport to counsel, and that she advised the court and special prosecutor when that's done.
I am. Understood. Thank you.
Yeah, they got charged. That was the one that I want the one that was kicking them with that boot. The one that choked them. They was the cause.
I thought I had to choose between it.
Yeah, I bet you all do commercial. And I'm just saying, man, you know, like I said, all correctional officers are not bad. All police officers are not bad. All government officials are not bad. But it's those bad ones that make the good ones look bad. Just the way they come classify us. When we go to court and go in there, they say all of us make the good ones look bad. That's what they did, bro. They're racist. They did a racist act, and they're paying for it. And I commend the state of New York for charging those correctional officers with brutal murder. They killed that man. That man ain't spit on them people. That man ain't do nothing to them people, bro. They beat that man up because they was having a bad day. That's not fair. That's not fair, and they shouldn't be given a bond. You know what I mean? We don't, you know what I'm saying? They shouldn't, because if you would have did that, they wouldn't have gave, you know what I mean, a correctional officer of color a bond. No, they wouldn't. That ain't fair. They brought him to justice, though, so I can't knock that. They brought him to justice. They brought him to justice.
Family, friends, union.
I don't understand their bail process. It was like 3 different bails. All them people in the courtroom, robbing people in the courtroom, they got that joint packed.
I guarantee he gonna survive.
He ain't gonna survive. You can hear them people loud as day in the career. They say he ain't gonna survive. He ain't gonna survive in there for that. They ain't gonna survive in there with that. Unless they get what they radical crew. Because they and their crew and their members that they ain't gonna be going to war. Because New York State Prison, from my understanding, is very racist. You get what I'm saying? It's meaning that amongst the convict population and the inmate population is segregated. You know what I mean? It's because there's so many different cultures in New York. It's very segregated. Them correctional officers come out of Canada and upstate New York, Albany, Rochester, Ithaca, Elmira, them towns, bro, and they don't care. They don't care, bro. They don't care.
Matter of the people against Michael Fisher under indictment 25035 on for arraignment today. That's your name, sir, Michael Fisher? How old are you, Mr. Fisher? 54. 54. You still doing that dumb shit? Mr. Fisher, you're here today because the grand jury on that count returned an indictment against you. You are charged with 1 count of the felony offense of manslaughter in the 2nd degree. On this charge, you're entitled to the assistance of counsel at this.
So this one, he got manslaughter.
If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided to you at no cost to you. It's Hartwell agrees with the public defender's office. If you qualify and you like, I can assign her to represent you. Is that your wish? Yes, please. He qualifies.
He does, Your Honor. Preliminary qualifies for public defender services.
All right.
Now his bail gonna be lower.
Hartwell today, so you understand. Conditionally, that is that you're going to ultimately, after they get a further review of your finances, properly qualify for assignment of counsel, and then I'm going to have to look into whether or not a conflict exists and they need to assign you counsel. You understand? You can stand in for arraignment today.
Yes.
Very good. And we'll proceed with the arraignment. Mr. Fitzpatrick, you may arraign.
Your Honor, Mr. Fisher, in indictment 2025-35, you have been charged by an Oneida County grand jury with a single crime of manslaughter in the 2nd degree. Counsel, I'd ask if you waive a formal reading of the indictment. Your Honor, at this time, I'm going to hand counsel a copy of the redacted indictment.
Now I'm going to read that indictment in court.
One name being removed.
Walaikum assalam. Boy, it's cold out in Tennessee, baby.
That they disc containing statements allegedly made by Mr. Fisher, and I'd ask that we acknowledge receipt of those items.
Yo, and the court system where we at, they allowing people to yell out and say anything in New York. They saying you should be murdered. Like, yeah, like, okay. Okay, New York.
There's no conspiracy charges, none of that. But what happened to the conspiracy charges?
A not guilty plea is entered on the defendant's behalf. This matter will be
They
adjourned
scared,
to
bro.
March
They scared.
31st at 9:30
And they got to
a.m.
turn
for a
over their
pretrial
weapons. They got to
conference,
do all that, bro.
setting
They
a motion
scared,
schedule.
bro. They scared. They going to get their lawyer to say all types of crazy stuff.
Ms. Patrick, did you want to be heard on topic of bail?
Yes, Your Honor. I would ask, we have the people, bail be set in the amount of $25,000 cash or $100,000 bond. And I'd also ask, as with previous arraigned defendants, that Mr. Fisher surrender his passport to counsel and advise.
She's getting $25,000 bail. Me too.
No, he does not, Your Honor.
Ms. Hartwell, your thoughts on bail?
Your Honor, with regard to bail, again, I would ask the court to consider reasonable bail in this matter. I do see that Mr. Fisher is not charged with 2 counts, but only 1 count. And he is a lifelong resident of the state of New York, and he is not a flight risk. As I've just indicated, he does not have a passport, and I can assure that he will not be a flight risk, and I ask the court to consider bail slightly lower than what's been recommended.
The court's considered the arguments of counsel and noting that the defendant could be sentenced to as much as 5 to 15 years in state prison if convicted after a trial. Bail set the following amounts: that is $50,000 cash, $100,000 insurance company bail bond, or $500,000 partially secured surety bond with a minimum 10% deposit.
The judge raised his bail, y'all. Listen, let me tell y'all. Listen.
All right, when you have your paperwork ready, I'll review the same. Sir, if you don't mind passing that over for me, thank you.
Yeah, boy, he does.
Here, right? Bye.
Hey guys, did you know some drivers are...
So basically, I want to see the ones that's not going to get a no bail. So basically, 2 of the officers went up for the bail, and they got one of them got like 100,000 out of bail. I mean, it's something like 10,000. Or I'm quite sure the properties in New York is high as fuck. So I'm quite sure them dudes own houses. So they're gonna put up the cash and put up the houses. Most of them dudes are getting out tonight. You know what I mean? I know they got family, and then they also got supporters. And they're gonna get out on bail. That's just the way it goes. But the good thing that they wasn't for a long time is charged, so they had time to prep. And I'm quite sure they Caucasian, so they from these small towns of New York, so they network and got everything done. You know what I mean? They surrendered. You know what I mean? But the good thing is they got charged, and we're gonna see how this trial gonna play out. And this is a state case, so this whole proceedings will be to the public, and it's alarming to me. He got the bill. That ain't me. That's them with the audio stuff.
Is that correct?
They got them handcuffs and shackles on. They been corrected officers 20, 30 years. Now you see how I feel. Yo, I don't know what made them think they weren't gonna get charged. Come on, boy. You don't got no time to talk, but we don't want to hear nothing you gotta say, boy. Don't whisper to nobody.
The proceedings in your case. If you do not come back to court when required, then a warrant will be issued for your arrest. The bail being posted is fine.
The boys gonna try to get over the Canadian border.
You then face a new felony charge known as bail jumping, and the case could.
Hey, they is leaning on them in court, y'all. That judge ain't playing. But they gave her bails, and that's what's most bad to me. They gave her bails, bro. You know what I mean? Dude, I've seen a lot of dudes held without bails for drug charges up there. I guess because they had criminal backgrounds, but.
That's your name, sir, Nicholas Gentile? Yes, sir. How old are you, Mr. Gentile? 36 years old. Mr. Gentile, you're here today because the grand jury of Oneida County returned an indictment against you. You have to be arraigned upon that. Counsel, you may arraign.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Gentile, an indictment 2025-35. An Oneida County grand jury has charged you in the 8th count of said indictment with tampering with physical evidence, violation of section 215.
So this officer got charged with tampering with evidence. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Your Honor, at this time, we're going to hand counsel a copy of the indictment redacted with one name missing, along with our pretrial notices and demands, etc.
So if you see that Robert Brooks thing, well, let me pause this. Let me pause this. If you seen that Robert Brooks incident, and I will play a little bit of that, you know, to about in the 8:30 hour. This was the medical dude, I think, that just watched it. He didn't do nothing, but he just watched it and was laughing. So they charged him basically, nigga, you knew what was going on and you didn't do nothing.
Please not guilty in my client's behalf. A not guilty plea is entered on the defendant's behalf.
But him, he probably get off. He probably the only one to get off because he gonna say, man, I was scared. What I'm gonna do?
Setting of a motion schedule. What are the people's thoughts with respect to the defendant's release status?
I believe this is a case where you can't set bail, so I leave any conditions to the court's discretion.
All right. Do you want to be heard on that topic, Ms. Nocil?
Briefly, Your Honor, with respect to any conditions, I agree, obviously, with the people. This is a non-qualifying offense. Mr. Gentile has been a lifelong member of this community, has a wife and 2 kids, has retained me as counsel, and we ask, therefore, that he be released on his own recognizance.
All right, the court's considered the arguments of counsel and bail statute being what it is at present. This does constitute a non-qualifying offense, such that bail may not be set on this particular charge.
So when I'm getting out,
means I'm going to be releasing you on your own recognizance, which effectively means on your promise that you will return to court when required. Do you promise me you'll do so? Yes, Your Honor. Understand that if you were to break that promise and not come back to court as directed, then you're subject to having release on your own recognizance revoked, and that means you could then be committed to the jail with or without bail. So I'll be assured you do come to court when required.
Yeah, he going to court. He's the scared one.
Pass over a document entitled Parker.
Yeah, boy.
Appreciate
it. Baltimore. Hey, y'all tell me where y'all from in the comments real quick. Drop your low in the comments. Drop your low. Not actually drop your location, but drop what city you from. Chicago, Charlotte, California, Mississippi, Ohio, UK, Africa. Drop your city in there while we listen. Almost 30 likes in the chat. Hey, listen. Oh, listen. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me get straight to the point. Let me be honest with y'all. Most importantly, I appreciate the 28 likes. I appreciate the 48 people in here. But if you like what I'm saying and you like what I'm doing, please become a subscriber today. Please become a subscriber. On my way to 4,700. The goal is 5K, but 4,700, I appreciate it. One more extra subscriber. It means a lot to me. I appreciate it. Raw Dope Podcast stands for the rawest and dopest interviews and content on the planet. Al Miranda rights and cardinal rules are no fuck shit, no fake shit, no foolishness. Anything you say can and will be used against you on the internet. We based out of Baltimore City. I'm from Northwest Baltimore, born and raised. We represent the DMV. That's DC, Maryland, and Virginia. If you don't know what Baltimore at, Baltimore is in a state called Maryland. But tap in. I've been on YouTube working on my 7th year this December. I make 7 years. I got over 600 pieces of content out there trying to get up to 1 million streams. Hey, I'm grinding, man. Slow money better than no money. That's all I'm gonna tell you. And I'm grinding, and this channel will take off. So become the first, because once the channel gets to 10,000, then I'm gonna bring in a marketing firm because I'm felt like once I get them 10,000 organic followers, I'm gonna make them all top tier followers. They will become my fan base for $4.99. You know, they will get in my Patreon. My Patreon will be $20, $30 with exclusive, rated R content talking about a lot of stuff. So with that, these first 10,000 members that become my YouTube members will be golden members. Will get discounts on my merch. Will get discounts on my tickets when I pop up in the city. So it's very important for you to subscribe to the channel because the first 10,000 subscribers will be my fan base, will be the support system. They will be the raw dope crew. They will be the back block. That's what I'm going to call my fan base, the back block. They from over there. So please become a part of those 10,000 people. Shout out to Candy Cane for the gift. I appreciate you.
All right, so Mr. Kingsley, the reason for your appearance here today is because the grand jury of United County returned an indictment against you, so you have to be right upon that. Mr. Fitzpatrick, you may write.
Thank you, Your Honor. First, I apologize to the court, but I'd like to amend the indictment to reflect the correct spelling of Mr. Kingsley's name in the head note of the indictment, and in count 1 and count 2, Mr. Kingsley's name should be spelled Kingsley.
You're bigger than everybody in the courtroom, but I'm tired. All the dudes charged and got bail, so I don't care about them anymore. But the National Guard is deployed into the New York City prison. So what's up? What we got?
Slow motion in the town of Attica.
Slow motion better than no motion.
Got
that
right.
right.
Remedy the staffing situation for the hundreds of officers who are now in hour 72 of striking.
At the same time, the state Supreme Court.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. That's tough. That's tough. I'm gonna put in Robert Brooks' name. But that's what this was about, man. Hold up. They say Rollo wants to catch a fade with young Scooter. You know, I jump all over the place. Oh, I heard about that.
Try that Scooter and post match, but I'm sweating them to go to Big Meech concert tonight. When they think of me, they think of me. They don't need to think about little me. I'm sweating it. Tomorrow, I'm going up. All the blogs get ready. I don't give a fuck.
I put it's canceled. It was supposed to happen February the 13th of this year, but it got canceled. Now, amongst that star-studded list of people, a few Atlanta legends was on that list. Now, one of
Rollo said he went to fade with Scooter.
On that list was that boy Young Scooter. As y'all already know, the rift between 50 Cent and Big Meech. After Big Meech sat up there, you understand me, and linked with Rick Ross as turned into Big Meech smut out extravaganza. Just as of recently, Rollo and that boy
Hold on, wait a minute, what happened?
Went to Dirty Glove
Flip
Bastards and did an off the porch interview. Shout out to Dirty Glove Bastards. By the way, y'all make sure y'all go watch that full interview in its entirety. Now, Rollo had some things to say here, man. Yeah. No, man. He had something to get up off his chest because he didn't understand how somebody he grew up with, his best friend's older brother, somebody who he lived with, didn't understand why Young Scooter wouldn't post his project. And Rollo would say, hey, bro, the only logical reason why somebody is like my big brother, you heard him? He like my big brother. The only reason why he wouldn't post it is because he's listening to the streets when they calling me a rat. And one thing for sure, and two things for certain. That boy Rollo don't seem like he liked the selective politicking. And he said he was gonna smut anybody name out who performed on that list that didn't post his project. So with no further ado, let's jump off into this clip from Dirty Glove Bastards. Then there was a couple of people who chimed in on this. Alley Boy had something to say. Y'all know Alley Boy from Duct Tape. Yeah. And as well as Young Scooter's response. So let's go ahead and hear what Rollo sat up there, you understand me, and had to say about.
Yeah, I want to hear this. Hit that notification button, hit that live button. Hey, Robbie, yo, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what you're confused with or what you're blindfolded. I'm not no female. So, you know, stuff like that get you clipped, but we can give you a pass today.
And I'm going to go to Big Meech concert tonight. I'm sweating it. Tomorrow, I'm going up. All the blogs get ready. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about nothing. No disrespect to Big Meech, but they called me a rat. He ain't post me. He ain't post me. They called you a rat, and I seen him on your flyer. When they think of me, they think of me. Tell niggas think about little me. I say that, you know what I'm saying? I don't go, and you my brother, school, I love you to death, don't get me wrong. But nigga, we can get a one, we can get a one, we can get a one, we can get a one. You know what I'm saying? Money bet, I love you. Nigga, my brother. Men say, sorry, we can fight right now. And y'all think like we can't talk. Y'all gotta start fighting each other to get this shit out of chest. You know what I'm saying? Like, just go up in the backyard, fight. And when you get up, don't get the button, don't get the gun, take that weapon. So what I'm saying is, maybe Scooter beat my, or maybe I beat it. However it go, you my brother. Like, y'all gotta stop doing that. Y'all got something on y'all chest. Just go and address it together and fight about this. And y'all just cool it out. Like little kids. Or maybe just don't fight these days, Rollo, you tripping. That's what we need to do. If sales and jailers, we're going to sell, we fight. Y'all keep going to go get these knives because y'all need big like that. But really, honestly, what need to go on, just go in the room and get it off the chest. You smell me? And then be brother. I promise you, wallahi, you'll come closer like that a lot. Just y'all come closer. You ever slap man that thing? No, I ain't promoting fight no more. But y'all be that cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm not promoting fight women. I ain't saying I ever slap. But I'm saying, I seen niggas slap, they get back, they be back cool. You know what I'm saying? Not slumping, like, nah, don't do all that. I'm just not like a little argument, cuss them out, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you just y'all gotta learn how to just fight and be that cool. That's all.
And according to sources around Atlanta, Georgia, folks is saying that Rollo been acting spunky ever since that interview that he had on the Big Facts podcast with Jade. And Jade sat up there and damn near exposed that Rollo is a ratatouille.
For me, yes, he did. Honestly, he did. Whatever he said, I don't even know none of the information. All the information came from my attorney to the prosecution team, as I'm showing you in this emails from Ryan Buchanan and the Honorable Brother Ad Joseph. Never have they said that Rollo verbally said anything in that meeting. Although these documents is saying that on Terrell Davis' behalf. No, it didn't say on your behalf. It said Terrell Davis provided the information. That's why, like, I'm trying to get you to explain to get to the bottom of this because it didn't say that. The government has true critical date and prepared present evidence that there was an alleged or knowledge of criminal conflict. So you looking at this documentation, but you see the man fight right here. The man fight the government is true. That this is a critical
ain't nothing, Robbie, you good.
And we're prepared to present evidence that there was knowledge of an actual conflict of interest and possible conflict in the case law due to the date. This man present his case. This man is telling these people it's a conflict of interest. There's a conflict of it's prosecution is conduct.
I don't know what possessed Rollo to sit up there, you understand me, and wear that shirt and maroon outfit with them paw prints on it. I don't know if this is just a horrible choice in fashion or him letting us subtly know that the whole time he been leaving Blues Clues. And I do remember an old DJ Smalls interview where
I'm already on school to reply.
Scooter himself would take to Instagram and say, bro, what type ninja is you to keep saying the ninja name on the internet when you know what's up? This is just sad. Even up until that point, fans had went out of their way to show us that Scooter was following Rollo still, so it couldn't have been no smoke. But who's to say? I don't know their business. One thing I know for sure, and two things is for certain, it's that Big Meech concert sat up there, you understand me, and got shut down. And the people that were supposed to perform at that concert was Lil Baby, Rick Ross, 21 Savage, Sexy Red, Kodak Black, Produce Doug, ESTG, Moneybag Yo, Boss Man D-Lo, T Grizzly, Babyface Ray, and young Scooter amongst a lot of others. Now, Scooter, in the eyes of Rilo, should have never been on that list. And moving on along, man, because that would not be the only thing the young Scooter said. Shout out to the Jill King, young Scooter. Now, young Scooter would also take to his Instagram story, and he would say that the rap game and his internet ninjas and they feelings. Hey, shawty, I'm not in either or. I rap in my spare time. You can even Google my name and figure me out, you heard, Mom. Man, he wouldn't be the only person that spoke on this topic, spoke on this subject, spoke on these remarks that Rilo sat up there and made on Dirty Glove Bastards. No, Duct Taped Alley Boy. If y'all remember Alley Boy from Duct Tape, DTE? Yes, indeed. Now, Alley Boy would go ahead and sit up there and take to Instagram as well. He would jump in the comment section of Strictly for Traps and Trunks, and he would add his 2 cents in. Now, Alley Boy said this right, chill. Real ones don't fight each other. It's already a certain respect. If you feel you can put your hands on me, you gonna feel this fire. And I don't know if he's saying this in defense of Rilo or if he's saying like, hey, bro, if you going on the internet and you want to squabble, you about to squabble the lead. Now, I don't think that was the only interesting part of this Dirty Glove Bastards interview with Rilo. By the way, shout out to Dirty Glove Bastards. Yeah, they was able to extract all sorts of information. It was like a treasure box. It was like Pandora's box. They was able to extract all type of information about Rilo like that. I never knew that Rilo was a 9-tray blood. For some reason, this story don't sound valid. Oh, good. But anyways, you two family, like I say, hopefully these two kids, you know what I'm saying, nip it in the bud. Like Rilo said, you might have to come down here to Squabbleville and squabble up. You know what I'm saying? Come down here to little Pakistan and catch the fade, if that's what you want to do, man.
Rilo want the fade with Scooter, man. Rilo crazy, man. You know what I mean? Wow, Lord, these dudes crazy. The internet is getting dudes crazy, bro. The internet is getting worse. So Boosie was at the White House. Boosie trying to get his shit dropped. Boosie ain't doing no laughing. I feel Boosie. Boosie ain't trying to sit in no federal prison. That shit ain't worth it. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But where y'all from, man? Tap in. Where y'all from? Blogger, what's up, man? Where y'all from, man? Tap, man. Put your state in the comment box. Where you from? Put your city or state in the comment box. Where you from? Tell us where you from. Baltimore, let's get busy. That's it. You already know what's up, man. Tribe of Baltimore in the building. You already know what it is. Who else in the building, man? Y'all tap in real quick. Tap in, tap in. Tap in, tap in. I'm with Rilo. Throw hands and get it over with. Okay, New York in the building. Mississippi, what's good? Drop your city, drop your state in the comment. New Orleans, what's happening, bitch? You know what I mean? That's how y'all say it. You know what I mean? Shout out to New Orleans, you know what I mean? Who else in the building? New York tapped in. Cali, the Bay Area, man. Ghost Ride the Whip. Ghost Ride the Whip, man. St. Louis, what up? You know what I mean? Maryland in the woods. Let's go. Tap in. Where y'all from, man? Where y'all from, man? You ain't got YouTubers doing this. I know they gonna take this from. Where y'all from? Put in the chat. Where y'all from? I'm reading it. Where you from? Get your shout out now. That Raw Dope merch gonna be here too, bro. You know what I mean? The shit that's on YouTube, that store is cool. But, you know, I'm gonna sell it. GA, Georgia. It's one of my favorite songs. Georgia. I like that. I like that. Trayvon, my man said Georgia, the trenches. That's Kenny, y'all. He from Libby Heights and Garrison, Baltimore. I'm not letting them hide. Versus is Kenny. Don't ever think it's nobody else. That's Kenny. Shout out to the Moscow. Shout out to my partner, Kenny. He in the trenches. Goddamn, man, you at work, man. Doing what you got to do. The trenches ain't happening. The trenches got federal indictments. You know what I mean? You need a gun in the trenches. You know what I mean? Lady. Candace, my people. Hey, lady, you just got yourself put on the timeout, boy. I ain't even going to do you dirty. Do you 30 minutes. You know what I mean? Kansas, what's up, man? I'm waiting for that booking out there. I know it's cold as a motherfucker out Kansas, Ty. Yo, I know it's cold. You know what I mean? Oh, man, I'm a whack. Dag, bro. Dag, bro. I ain't rat you out on the job, man. My bad, bro. My bad. You know what I mean? I ain't mean to do you on the job. I ain't mean to handle you wrong. You know what I mean? You my man. I ain't mishandle that. You know what I mean? You getting money. You know what I mean? It's cold as fuck in GA. Yes, it is. I see the weather in Tennessee. I see the weather everywhere. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Where y'all from? Drop that in the comment box. Damn, I know when it's gonna get warm in Georgia. California, man, that's cool. I guess the best weather in Miami right now. Make sure y'all grab that raw dope merch, bro. I'm gonna be selling it online, so you know what I mean. You can email me, put your order in, cash app the money. I'm gonna mail it straight to you. You know what I mean? Be mailing this straight off. The post office not too far. Where y'all from, man? Cali in the building. My man says TBE. You know what I mean? Say, it's 60 in Cali. That's good, because in Cali is what? 523. So it's 523 and it's always 60, boy. It's going to be nice. That's that Thor hoodie, get in your car. Baltimore in the house, yes. You got that right. Let's go. I mean, tournament coming up. First week in March in Baltimore. Baltimore ready to be litty again. Let's go. I love when I see Baltimore in the building. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Interviews dropping next week. You know what I mean? Got a Grammy non-winning interview to kick off. The interview section coming. Let's go. Let's go. Where y'all from? Where y'all from? Whew. Yeah, New York. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. When I used to live in New York, I tell everybody this. Ain't no winters like in New York. Yo, it be freezing out that joint. You can't even play with no hoodie. Well, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna hold it down with you and keep it 100 with you. I ain't really, yeah, I did. In New York, you need that coat. You know what I mean? Damn, St. Louis cold, the global warming, a motherfucker. I ain't even know it get cold in Missouri. You know what Tank gonna do. It's not, you never gotta, that's light work in the Barclays March the 1st. Tank putting them to sleep. You know what I mean? Shout out to DC, man. You know, that's our cousins. But DC DC love Tank too. Ain't just Baltimore love Tank. DC and the whole DMV. Baltimore Tank birthplace, but the DMV love Tank. The DMV behind Tank. And we behind all our boxers, but Shorty shouldn't stepped up to that Tank, that nightmare. You know what I mean? I just hope I hope Lil Roach don't get hurt. You know what I mean? I'm glad he getting a good payday, but you know Tank gonna destroy him. Tank might let him hang in there because that's his little man. They come up together. So, you know what I mean? You know, Tank said it in that press conference. Roach is mad for real. But, you know, Roach got to get their hands. After the fight, we go party about it, but Roach going to sleep. We all know Roach going to sleep, y'all. Where y'all from, though? A lot of snow. Okay. Where y'all from, man? Only is 43 people in here, man. I ain't seen enough states pop up yet. So, my man, Lil Black, the CEO, he down Miami with his shorts on. So Miami got the best weather. Ain't nobody from Florida tapping in. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody from Florida. Yeah, Tank, that's the guy. Big ups to Baltimore. Yeah, that's one we winning at. They can't do nothing with us when it comes to that boxing. That division tanking, nothing. We own that. King Baltimore, that's it. When it comes to that boxing, that boy the king. And like you just seen an interview with Jay Hill, Tank say none of them dudes really fighting for what he fighting for. You know what I'm saying? And I believe him, bro. And he hungry. And it's just something different in him. And he retiring. And I'm glad that, you know, that after a couple more fights or a few more fights, he done with it, because it allowed me to say he has 3 kids, got 2 daughters and a son now, and you know, it allows him to promote fights. It allows him to get right, bro. It's a smart decision. You know what I mean? It's a smart decision. I don't want him to retire and come back. You know what I mean? Get it out your blood. You know what I mean? Even if you gotta fight a few of them back to back to back. I mean, that's what you've been training your whole life for. So I don't think it's gonna be bad on Tank. You know what I mean? And a couple people wanna get with him. You know what I mean? But he gonna make his money, bro, and he gonna make big money. Chicago, I know it's hell out in Chicago. I know it's cold out in Chicago. Free the guys. You know what I mean? Free the guys, man. You know what I mean? I'm a Dirt fan. I'm a big fan of Dirt. I'm a big fan of a lot of Chicago music, especially Lil Dirt, for real. I like the Dirt. I like King Von, Kanye West, Common, Twista. You know what I mean? Yeah. Free producers. You know what I mean? I'm familiar with Chicago outside the drill scene. But the first artist that I was fucking with from there was Twista, Common, and goddamn Kanye West. And then I fucked it with Chief Keef, you know what I mean, a little bit. And then, you know, out that whole Chief Keef group of artists that came out, Lord Dirt, I fucked it with Lord Dirt the most. And Booker 600, I fucked with Booker 600 too. Booker 600, y'all fuck with your shit. I fucked it with Von Dirt, Booker 600, Lil Reese hard. But like, I fuck with Kanye music hard in his production. Fuck with Common Sense as a spitter, and definitely Twista. So I'm familiar. Yeah, I mean, you know, you never know. You know, Tank relatively young, he's 30. But, you know, boxing take a toll on you. But to retire, you know, with these fights, let's say he fight 3 more fights this year. Or 2 more, per se. That's more realistically. And he retires. He retires undefeated. These fights, he's not going to retire without these fights paying money. Come on, man. All the sponsors and endorsements that comes with it. Then, you know, it's a lot of strong boxers coming out of Baltimore. You know, especially, there's a lot of boxers coming out of the DMV. And then, you know, Tank been around, so he knows some fighters. You know, and he basically say he want to fight. Tank want to get out and really get his knowledge and spread to the fighters so they don't make some of the mistakes that he made. And he's still young doing it. So I think Tank will be huge if he retired from boxing and do what Bernard Hopkins and Floyd and Oscar De La Hoya, what all the legends did. Start promoting fights and getting endorsements and shit like that. Tank can do that. And he young. He doing that at 30. You know what I mean? He doing that at 30. So the next 10 years, man, Tank will be a billionaire. Tank will be a billionaire. Yeah, you got that right. I agree with it. You know what I mean? You got that right. Gervonta Davis will be a billionaire. He'll be a billionaire. He focused on fighters coming where he from and fighters that he met throughout his journey and do good business. Gervonta Davis will be a billionaire, bro. He's a fucking legend already at 30 years old. Boy, been boxing since he was 7 years. He got 23 years in. Went professional at 18. 12 years, man. Boy, 30. 28 knockouts. When they said at first he just a knockout artist, he couldn't go the distance, he went the distance. He been in bloodbaths. He been in wars. Not even counting all the amateur fights he been through. Not even counting all the street fights he been through. But he got in the ring and he set the record straight. He set the record straight. Despite what he going through as a younger guy, I understood that at first when Tank was younger. You know, he got in a car crash. He was partying. He getting in arguments with his girl. I understood that. And I'm going to tell you why I understood that. Because you're young. The fuck? You're not super, you know, you got some people that mature at their age, but you young. And you have to go through the process now at 30 years old, maturing like this, man, I'm going to get these free fights in, I'm going to make this money, and I'm going to do something other than my life, raise my kids the right way and do the right thing. I'm going to get money. He'll never be broke. And then he can help hundreds, if not thousands of young people get money because when he retire at 30, 31 years old, he'll get to the youth. You know what I mean? They gonna still look at Tank like he's still, you know, fly. You know what I mean? People gonna listen. He's gonna draw a great crowd that wanna listen and wanna know how to get money, wanna get their mother out the hood. You know what I mean? When he say dude only gave him this, he'll give dudes because he know how it felt when dudes just, you know, spoon fed you. You know what I mean? When dudes ain't teach you the right way. So if he retire and want to teach other boxers whether they Hispanic boxers, whether they black boxers, whether they from Baltimore, DC, Virginia, New Jersey, New York, Chicago, Atlanta, Detroit, no matter whoever he chooses to put under that GTV card, that Javante Davis, that GTD card, whoever he chooses to put under there, they're going to be good boxers. They're going to be good boxers, and I believe they're going to be successful. You know what I mean? Going to have boxers all over the world correctly, and he's going to be successful. Javante Davis is going to be goddamn successful, man. If I'm lying, I'm flying. And that's a good mentality to have at 31 years old. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Long as he doesn't make, you know what I mean? Long as he got everything out his blood and know that he got 3 little mouths is watching everything that he do. Yeah, Tank been in some battles in the ring and outside the ring, so him saving his health is the best step in taking. Yes. 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 And these fights is going to, these next 3 fights is going to put him over 100 million. These are legend. If he's really retired this year, everybody's rushing to see him. Everybody's rushing to see him. And then maybe he'll retire in the United States. Maybe that'll be the big announcement. I'm retiring in the United States because the guy over in Turkey, you know what I mean? Them dudes paying 100, 200 million, making mega fights and paying that bitch egg. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, every generation gets smarter when it comes to business, especially when they get in position to see how people go. And one thing that he said in the interview, you know, I believe Tank loved Floyd. Floyd changed his life. But also, he said something that's very important. Some of your heroes and some of the people that you look up and, you know, you idolize and you respect so much, when you really meet them, you really see they're not the person that they are on camera. They're not the person that they perceive to the public. And that's a conflict of interest in anything we do. Anything we do. Anything we do. And coming from WeCome, you know how to, you know what I mean? Coming from anywhere, you always show appreciation. And the rules and one of the laws of the land is you never bite the hand that feeds you. But the hand that feeds you can become one of your biggest rivals, can become one of your worst enemies. And there's different ways to handle that. But at the end of the day, nobody will not recognize somebody that helped them, whether they do right or wrong. You know what I mean? I don't think Javante Davis will never get in an interview or never move on through the duration of his life and not credit, you know, his success to Mayweather, some of his success to Mayweather, and of course, Coach Kenny and Calvin Ford, #1 on the list. You know what I'm saying? #2 on the list. You know, first and foremost, his grandmothers, you know, his family. You know what I mean? Then, you know what I mean? You know, his creator. Whether he have a good relationship with his family or not, but it's 2 people creating him. He expresses his love for his brothers, his childhood friends, and his mother. You see a ringside, you know, he got her in a better position. That's #1. #2, he found the guy that was a father figure. You know, Mr. Calvin Ford, Coach Kenny. They taught him the lingo. They taught him the lingo in the ring, how to move his feet, how to do things. 23 years later, we have Javante Tank Davis with all the trials and tribulations that come with that. So if Tank's going to retire as a multi-millionaire, if Tank's going to retire as a individual that learned the boxing game, it's a lot of young boxers out here from Baltimore, from DC, from Virginia, all over the world that would love to fight under the Javante Davis promotion. They would love to do that and get trained by one of the best. The same way people would love to be trained by Floyd Mayweather, Bernard Hopkins, Oscar De La Hoya, Winky Wright, you know what I mean, Sugar Ray. If Muhammad Ali was here, rest in peace. It's great individuals that stepped in that ring that you would love to be trained by. But one of the most biggest name in boxing and in that weight division is Javante Tank Davis. So him retiring at the hype of his career and retiring a multi-millionaire and with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to move forward in that business, you know, as a promoter, as somebody to handle contract, I think it's genius. He'll always be a fit guy. You get what I'm saying? He'll work out. You get what I'm saying? He'll get endorsements and sponsors from everywhere. And most importantly, he has the DMV. It's a market that he could tap into as far as business. You know what I mean? As far as buying parking lot. It's so much stuff that he can do. And I'm quite sure he has financial advisors and a team. You get what I'm saying? And a team of people outside his family and friends that would advise him how to make his money last and how to create generational wealth. And I believe Javante Davis can do it. I believe any of us black men can do it. I believe any of us black women can do it when we hit that peak in life. And one of my famous saying in life says, time doesn't matter when you grinding. If you pay attention to your age and your time, man, you playing a serious game in life. If you working for greatness, I've been doing podcasts for 6 years, didn't even hit 5K yet. I done had videos hit 300,000, 20,000, but it's hard for me to get people to subscribe to the channel. I put my all in it, but hey, who am I to tell? I didn't put a time cap on this. Now, excuse me, I did. And when I realized that you couldn't put a time cap on shit, I just keep going. I just keep going. One day it will be nationally and globally recognized as long as I keep pushing my product that I believe in it. Walgreens, Amazon, McDonald's, any big corporation took years of development. You get what I'm saying? And I'm here for the ride. And when my miracle happened and my blessing happened, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to really enjoy it. You know what I mean? Hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment. You got that right. Yes. So I believe in Tank. You know, the same way I believe in my brother, same way I believe in my sister. If you got $1 million idea, if you have $1 million idea and $1 million plan, man, go for it, bro. Stop letting people chase your dreams away. Stop letting people trace your dreams away. If you get an opportunity to be a part of something, be a part of it and do what you need to do. See, it's a saying that people come with hidden agendas. And I respect the hidden agenda as long as it doesn't deal with fraud, violence, death, you know, whistleblowing, you know what I mean? That's it, you know what I mean? But if you come and Raw Dope makes it big and you come and you're a camera guy or you're a young journalist, you trying to learn the game and you come and get up under us for a couple years and then you create your own platform and your platform is successful, I salute you. Because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to come upon the ship and you're supposed to learn what you need to learn. If you got something already going on, you learn what you need to learn and you take that skill and enhance what you're doing. You know what I mean? That's the way life supposed to go. Each one teach one, bro. And then that's how we become corporate. Because yo learned this, now he opened up one. You know what I mean? He didn't open up one in my backyard next door to me. But McDonald's does it. Burger King's across the street from McDonald's, then KFC's, then Chick-fil-A. They all can be on the same block. And them bitches be packed. Y'all don't let that go over y'all head. Come on, bro. There's a CVS, a Walmart, a Walgreens, a DTRL, a Foot Locker, goddamn Southern Blues. All these shits be in the same parking lot. And ain't nobody robbing and killing each other. You know what I mean? Why? Because if you got clientele and you know what you're doing. See, a boss, that's what a boss do. A boss would be mad at a person for learning something and moving on. A leader won't. A leader won't because he be like, man, that's good. Because now I got my phone rings so much I can pass some of this off to you. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't take none of this shit with you when you die. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate life don't go like that. But if you can go obtain the skill from anything, I don't care if you're a janitor, man, learn where they getting the supplies from. And then you can open up your own janitor business. If you're working at McDonald's, learn everything about McDonald's. You can own a franchise one day. Anything that you do and you put your heart and your mind to and you believe you can do it, you can do it. That's all I tell people all the time, bro. Don't get caught up in the rapture. Do you really believe? And you can't get mad at nobody because people believe in your dreams and motivate you, but you never do it and you never show face on it. You know what I mean? That makes people non-believers. But you cannot deny a hard-working motherfucker that's dedicated to a product or dedicated to something that they pushing, who believe in the idea. You could be a non-believer, but if consistency a motherfucker. Because if a person consistent, you gonna have to tilt your head even if you're a hater. Well, I respect that. Keep going. You know what I mean? Because people expect you to stop in 6 months. People expect you to stop in a year. People say, 2 years. Boy, when you get that 5 years, I'm telling you. You know what I mean? When you get that 5 years in doing something, that's the respect level you get. You know what I mean? Because they say, damn, you're here to stay. You know, people hit me all the time. I know they be bluffing. Yo, what's going on with the podcast? Nothing. I shoot every day. I haven't been doing interviews in a while, but I shoot every day, bro. I'm working my product. I'm working them 4,000 people that I got. You know what I mean? I'm giving them people something to want to see every day. That's the goal, you know what I mean? Regardless if I got a million one things to do, let me apply some time to this, to the people that appreciate this. I can't worry about who don't appreciate Raw Dope or appreciate the vlog side of things. Hey, that lets me know when I start uploading interviews, it should go viral because the people been constantly hitting me, what's up with the interviews? You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm entertaining this crowd, the vlogger crowd, the live space, because they appreciate me more. You know what I mean? Sure enough, donations, everything be pouring in. And I just ask, subscribe to my channel, become a part of the first 10,000 people. This channel been up for 6 years. 6 years strong, working on its 7th year. Be one of those group of subscribers to my channel that is a part of that first 10,000. Because once this joint hit 10,000, just all my shit all around the board will be in the hands of marketers, and they will be trying to push this product to 100K. So I'm telling y'all, but the first 10,000 people, I just feel like I know y'all. I mean, my 4,700 people, I feel like I know y'all. I feel like I know y'all, and I appreciate y'all. Please become a subscriber to Data Raw Dope Podcast. 62 people in the chat. Drop your location, your city, your state, and like this video. Double tap for me, man. Give me some rhythm. Double tap for me. And this is a segment before I wrap up in the next 17 minutes. This is the part of the podcast where I thumb through things. You know what I mean? I surf. I mean, BG right here, Happy Birdman, brought a Hot Boy tour bus. That man, and one thing, shout out to BG too. BG home living his best life, keeping a smile on his face. I'm proud of dude.
You hear me? You know what I'm saying? I'm stepping out. You know I'm stepping. You hear me? Louis Vuitton, Dawn type shit. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to step in that bitch. Dig. I'm talking about fresh from head to toe. You know what I'm saying? You know this Hot Boy shit. It's a movie. What's up, Bezo? You heard me? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Hold up. You know what I'm saying? Now we do it. You heard me? When we do it. You heard me? Yeah. Yeah. It's going on like full flat tires on the dump truck, man. You heard me? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. We on this bag right now, man. You heard me? You know what I'm saying? There was a big bag involved. You heard me? You know what I'm saying? It did. They don't call this shit. Don't. You ain't got that dollar sign on that jump for nothing, man. You heard me? You know what I'm saying? Big chopper sitting in this bitch, though, man. You heard me? Please believe it. Hey, we gonna bring that bitch to Miami. You know what I'm saying? We about to come to Philly. We coming to Jersey. You know what I'm saying? We coming to Dallas. You know what I'm saying? We coming to Chicago. You know what I'm saying? We coming up like, yeah. It's on and poppin'. You heard me? It's on and poppin'. Please believe it. You heard me? Hold up, man. What's that? What that there? All right. Man, make sure that back cleared up. You know what I'm saying? For a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? I need that whole back. You know what I'm saying? So I could, you know what I'm saying, lay back, I might want to be in my drawers and all that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, hold up. Wow, what's BG. Oh, man, with the ticket on the fish, I'm saying, man, if you serious, man, slide in my DM, man. You heard me? I'm going to make it make sense for you. You know what I'm saying? You know, real way want to see another real come up, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to feature for real, a lot of you crying about the prices and shit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be on these pages and shit. You know what I'm saying? Got money to the ear and, you know what I'm saying, flashing all these bands and all this and all that. But when they tell the price, they be, oh, yeah, you give me a deal. And this, that, and other. Damn, man, you saying all this bitch doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, look. Niggas just came home, man. Niggas trying to get their feet up under, man. You heard me? The old price ain't the new price, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm real. Sorry about that. You know, for real. You know what I'm saying? I won't really see real come up, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, you serious. know what I'm saying, slide my DM, you know what I'm saying, and we can negotiate something, you dig, and
BG said he doing features. This BG showing off the Cash Money bus while I took a little intermission. But where y'all from, man? Come on, where y'all from, man? Tell me where y'all from, man. 14 more minutes left on the clock. Giving my time, you know what I mean? Working, grinding, getting in the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do, bro. I don't put no one in the air for me. Put your lighters up, New York. Put your lighters up, Chi-Town. Put your lighters up, Baltimore. Put your lighters up. Who else was in there? You know what I mean? Y'all showing me love today, bro. We trying to send this channel viral. We having the interview today. We getting busy like the bunky dance. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. This a nice one right here. Chi-Town, what it is. That's the second person that told me they was from Chicago. What part of Chicago? What part of Chicago? Yeah, yo, you know, like that joint.
Oh, that's Mike Will? Man, hey, Mike. Stop playing, man. You heard me? You know what I'm saying? We got 15 songs done for this Mike Will Made in the PG album. You know what I'm saying? We need to go on top the loose ends on this jump. You heard me? And have this bitch ready for June, July. You heard me? Mike Will Made it in BG on the way. You heard me? You know how you hit the Future and Metro booming? Man, wait till this Mike Will Made it in BG drop. You heard me? You know what I'm saying? This shit's sick, man. Period. You heard me?
Mike Will Made it, and BG got something in the making. You know what I mean? I play them classics for y'all, man. I get y'all in there. So what's going on now, y'all? Big Meech. I'm tired of covering Meech, man. Rick Ross, Lil Meech, new daddy. Oh, man. Come on, bro.
And smash that subscribe and let's get right into the news. All right, so 50 Cent's back, okay? He says, comments on another goofy thing that little Boosie said on Vlad. He says, I was out shopping and I got the phone call. The show's canceled. He wasn't even there, okay? I already talked to somebody that was there. It got shut down because artists pulled out, okay? That's the real reason. It didn't sell enough tickets, but they were hoping to get a lot of walk-ups. And they did do sound check. And a lot of money was lost for some promoters. And I feel bad for those promoters that put the money up, okay? I do. Two major artists pulled out, and they couldn't have the show like that. You think about it. You promoted it with these artists. First of all, these other artists didn't even post the show. Only, like, two people did. Like, Boosie, Rick Ross, and I think 42 Doug. Three people. They posted the flyer. Boosie was like, yo, the feds came in with papers and shut it down. No, they didn't, okay? What came in was most likely a cease and desist for the show because all these artists, they were there on word. They weren't there with contracts.
Hold up, let's get back to this. Let's get back to this. That's a good question, man. You got me in my mode. Okay. I heard the story of the Rich Porter situation, right? Shout out to New York. Shout out Rich the Boss. And this is just my opinion. You know what I mean? From looking at documentaries and just being intrigued when Paid in Full dropped. Y'all remember when the movie Paid in Full dropped years ago, the early 2000s. It was a lot of documentaries out with the real Ace. That Alpo made some joints from behind the door. Rich Porter's sister spoke out and everybody. So the story that I got in the movie that they portrayed in the movie, a lot of that wasn't true. For one, Calvin never got killed. You get what I'm saying? They never got Calvin killed. Calvin and them dudes is locked up doing life in prison for that case of that case with Ace getting robbed and somebody getting killed. You know what I mean? And that's one thing. When they ran up in the house, that part of the movie, but Calvin didn't get killed. He went to prison. Rich Porter nephew Sonny Rich Porter brother Sonny being kidnapped and killed was Uncle Ice and Preacher. You know what I mean? If you know the story, you know a New York story, some of the legendary story, Preacher was robbing in the store. So that was, in the mix. Alpo and Rich Porter, from my understanding, like I said, this is my opinion, you know what I mean? This is just me, it's a conspiracy theory. Said that, Alpo wanted to go out of town. Rich Porter and them was really happy with Harlem. But to make a long story short, Alpo get money out DC. So Alpo supposed to have a plug, and being as though he out DC a lot, he couldn't run across the plug. So when Alpo would come through, he would holler at Rich, and Rich would tell him, yo, my man, my man got him, and make his little coins off of Alpo. So Alpo say he basically wasn't never tripping off of it because they getting money out DC. But Alpo man told him, he had a connect that Alpo had. He told him, yo, these joints gonna be this price when I catch up with you. So boom. Rich Porter, Alpo coming up. He never run across a nigga, but Rich Porter telling him basically, yo, these joints this price, and you're charging this price or whatever, or I ain't hollering at him, something to that magnitude. And Alpo said he came up there, he ran across the dude like, damn, yo, why you spanking us like that on the price? And dude, like, basically, shit, I ain't spanking y'all on the price. I've been doing this for Rich Porter up sometimes, man. What you talking about? So basically, Alpo, like, boom, he hollered at Rich Porter a couple times, but he want to see if Rich Porter going to just tell him as his man. Like, yo, I caught your man, I'm catching him, whatever, woo, 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 woo. But he said that Rich Porter would never, would never say it. And he asked him, like, yo, you just see my man? Rich Porter, like, nah, I ain't get at your man. He basically, and was lying to him. And he said, Shooter out of DC was this little man that was up under him doing a whole bunch of crazy shit for him. And, you know what I mean? He said, Rich lied to him. They got a little argument, and yo, smoked him. You know what I mean? But that was Alpo words. Wade Perry snitched or two. No, Wade Perry ain't never snitched. You know what I mean? Wayne Perry ain't never snitched a day in his life. Alpo told on with Wayne Perry. You know what I mean? Wayne Perry was one of, Alpo, guys that got the dirty work done. You know what I mean? But I think one day that the real movie of that's going to come out. Somebody going to touch that. Like 50 dealing with Meech and them, he should have told the Alpo story. You get what I'm saying? Or like redid that Paid in Full and really told the real story of Ace and Rich. That's a story I would like to see. And in all that story, you can put Fricks in there. You know what I mean? Like, Harlem got some great stories. You know what I mean? There's a lot of documentaries chopped and screwed. But if they could get the rights to that, I think the Paid in Full story. Damon Dash, I guess, own the rights to Paid in Full. And a lot of people around the energy don't want to deal with him. But I think people can. I don't think he owns the rights to Rich Porter name or the Porter family or the Rich story. Somehow, some way that Rich Porter story and Ace is still living. So, you know what I mean? Alpo's deceased. So somehow, some way, I think that story need to be told because that'll be bigger than BMF. You know what I mean? That'll be bigger than BMF. And guy hit simple. He flipped on his team over money. I don't get too deep into that shit. Yeah? Nah, I wasn't involved deep. I'm just giving an opinion. Yeah, I know you're talking about Alpo. Alpo was a fucked up dude, bro. And, the movie depict that. But you know, dudes that knew Alpo for real and knew Rich Porter for real, and it was around, and like Wayne Perry and a lot of them dudes that ain't speak out yet and tell a story, I would just love to see the whole story put out. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot of, you know, question marks there. And little Sonny lost his life. And, you know, that would be all in there. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, most dudes like Alpo that kill a bunch of people, you know, for no reason and just go stupid hard, you know, they don't have no brain and no heart. So they subject to do anything. So it wasn't surprising, you know, but it's a lot of brothers that's locked up that was going crazy out here, handling their business, that was hitmen that took their time like a man and laying down in jail, fighting to get out because the court system did them wrong. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of men that did that shit and choose to tell and cooperate. So, you know, man, that lifestyle right there is a tough lifestyle and a real, real hard pillow to swallow. Like, straight up. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know, I ain't gonna hold you. But you from New York, Bram, so you know the stories. There are a lot of stories I would like to see told. New York got rich history. Hustling, music, all that shit. New York just have a rich ass history of a lot of content. You know what I'm saying? New York is, to me, is a crazy content place. Yes. A snitch. With pride. A Boogie told with pride. Look up the documentary. It's not nothing I'm making up. A Boogie felt like Calvin and them did what they did. He was on his dying bed, and his mother asked him who did this to him, and he told him his sister boyfriend. You know, that's the way A Boogie went out, and then when it came time to it, A Boogie went to court and told, you know what I mean? A Boogie felt as though in his heart to this day that he doesn't feel like he told on Calvin. He feels like, you know, y'all betrayed me, so it wasn't no limitation of betrayal. Back then, he said when they was hustling, that was unheard of, to run in somebody's house, rob them, tie them up, kill them, shit like that, and then you pose them in like family or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's, you know, but the movie depicted like he was leaning on Calvin. You get what I'm saying? I don't know, but he said, yeah, Calvin is doing time in jail trying to get his time back. And he most recently, a few years back, was in court, looked at Ace and told him I didn't shoot you. Then all that, you know, I didn't shoot you. So, yeah, Ace did that. Ace did that. Ace did that. Ace did that. Ace say never tell on no, you know, I never heard about him telling on no connects or never telling on nobody in the streets to handle the business of the land. But I heard about Ace doing different shit. You know what I mean? I heard about Ace doing different shit, bro. Ace doing different shit. And that's just, you know what I mean? But he felt like Calvin betrayed him, so he felt like it wasn't no limitation for that. He felt like his actions was justifiable because of what Calvin did, and, you know, he was supposed to be his family. Or, you know, sister boyfriend or whatever, ex-boyfriend or whatever. But, you know what I mean? He felt that, and yeah, he did that. Sonny was Rich Porter's brother. Rich Porter was getting money, from my understanding, and, you know, his uncle and them. Do y'all remember when Sonny was playing the game and Rich Porter went in the store and handed the nigga some money and told him, you know, he make sure right, and his uncle was like, look out, you know what I'm saying? Ice put them together, you get what I'm saying? His uncle, you know, his mother brother did that to Sonny. Alpo and them ain't had nothing to do with Sonny. You know what I mean? I don't believe that Sonny would have got killed on Alpo and then watch. Hell no, that's little Sonny. Why would y'all kill Sonny? Yeah, so that's the way Ace feel. That's the way A feels. So you know something, Brim. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. So, you know, the uncle did that. Alpo and them were street dudes. You know what I mean? If anybody was a target, it would be Rich Porter. I don't think Alpo would have ran a Rich mother house or would have chased Rich bag. You know what I mean? They did what they did to Rich Porter. You know what I'm saying? You know what it was. Sonny ain't had nothing to do with that. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. I just don't think Alpo was cold. I don't think he was that cold. You know what I mean? He had kids at the time. You know what I mean? Or had chicks pregnant and shit. Alpo was cold. He was a cold-blooded rat and a cold-blooded killer and a hustler. But I don't think he was that cold to take little Sonny life. You know what I mean? And you know, it's out in the public that he didn't do it. You know what I mean? And the Alpo did that shit. He did them DC dudes wrong. So he forever a rat. You know what I'm saying, out here. But yeah, we don't respect him out here. But he came home, he was speaking his truth, and he thought that, you know, after 30-some years, what he done was still more legendary, but he must have not been in prison listening, because the Rich Porter more famous now than he was when he was out. You know what I mean? Them boys, you know what I mean? They love Rich Porter up in Harlem, you know what I'm saying? I think Ace still moving around in Harlem. I don't even think Harlem treat Ace like a rat. You know what I mean? Real shit. I don't even think he's like a rat in them niggas' eyes. For real. You know what I mean? That was just an isolated event. He ain't put no connect in jail. He ain't put no business. You know what I mean? That was between them. Right. No disrespect. Alpo got popped for something completely different. Well, that's cool too. Ain't no disrespect to me. Like I said, that's why I got this channel, for you to tell me. And Ace never ratted ever. Hold, bro. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. I mean, you know, in some people's eyes, he didn't roll. What'd he do then? You know what I mean? What'd he do then? What'd he do there, bro? What'd he do then? Yeah, no, I want bro to say, because right here, yo, Hollywood 21314. Now we ain't, now hold up, Hollywood, before you type, while you typing, we ain't disrespect Ace and call him like you know what I'm saying, like a dude that was in it, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? He told, you know what I mean? That's on YouTube, bro. That man Calvin went to court and looked that man in his face, bro. You can Google that. He said it out his own mouth in those Vlad interviews, bro. This ain't me making up nothing. I'm a documentary specialist, bro. I love watching documentaries. My girl, my people tell me, I don't watch nothing, but I've been knowing about this nigga in the early 2000s, man. Way before 20 years ago. He said it himself. Man, nigga robbed him and he was on his bed. He thought he was gone. His mother asked him who did it, and he told him his sister boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? He told him who did it, and who did it got arrested and charged with life. When his mother and them went in there, bro. Nobody went in there. Ace know who did that, bro. Yeah, you playing troll. Hey, one of y'all mods get don't even let him stay. But yeah, bro, that ain't no faking, bro. Them New York dudes know that. I just don't think that Harlem treat him like a rat, because back then Ace made it clear nobody was doing shit like that. Robbing each other, kidnapping, that was unheard of. And Ace made that clear. That was unheard of, man. I wouldn't have did no crazy shit to nobody or added up. No, he said that, bro. I wouldn't have told on nobody in the streets or did no crazy shit. I ain't saying that they treat him. He felt like Calvin broke the code, and he felt like it wasn't nothing. In his mind, he felt like, man, ain't no, I don't have to be loyal to him. You get what I'm saying? Real shit, bro. I ain't got he felt like the streets, this ain't no street code. That's how he felt, bro. And I feel like he can move around in Harlem and nobody ain't bothering him and shit like that, bro. A ain't no joke. I mean, his opinion, you goddamn right he broke the code, but dudes felt like Ace was a charged up dude that got money. Ace wasn't a killer. Ace enjoyed the other side of hustling. So Ace ain't, this a dude that set his mother table. This a dude that he had some love and respect for. The movie had some friction in it. That's what I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? The movie was frictional. The real story, Ace was really getting money. They really doing it. And Calvin probably was jealous or whatever and went up in that house because Ace wasn't doing right or whatever the reason was. Ace told his mother, I got shot 5 times, my nigga. I ain't tell my motherfucking mother. You tell your mother, you know what's going to happen, Jack. A third-party rat situation. You tell your mother going straight to the police. Like, come on, bro. Let's be real. You can't call your nigga mother no rat. Like, your mother, her son shot up, and he got shot by a family friend, Anybody people's gonna tell. There's a lot of dudes in jail because they killed their friend or killed the family member, and then people's come in that motherfucker and tell on them, Jack. Them people ain't never telling nobody in the neighborhood that event that involved you and them people came in there because they thought you was family. You know what I mean? No, bro. No. Rest in peace to my grandmother. We lived 3 houses. We lived on the track. Our block was the track, right? My grandmother looked in that window every day, saw every shooting, every drug sale, every police misconduct. And one thing for sure and two things for certain, when they knocked on my grandmother's door and asked her something, she will nicely, politely tell them, say she didn't see nothing. And we used to ask her, like, Grandma, why you want to? Because my grandma would say, my kids, my grandchildren out here doing stuff. What do I look like getting in somebody else's business? But dudes in the neighborhood know if Miss Fanny woulda, nobody would have been mad at it. The next door neighbor, 3 doors down, call the police all the time. Nobody ain't setting them people's house on fire. Nobody ain't do that. Somebody might egg a car, might do a flat tire, but nobody wasn't running them people out their house because them people are not intervening. When you intervene in a part of a legal activity, knowing, willingly, and freely, knowing what's going on, and then you decide to work with the police department to save your own ass, that's a rat. That's a whistleblower. But if you a law-abiding citizen and you pay your taxes and somebody shoots you or somebody shoots your people, that's what the court system and the police department is for. I'm not one of them naive men out here to say play games, bro. The police help people that need help. But when you out here in the streets and you holding court in the streets and you handling things in the streets, you can't, the police is not an option. Your crew, your security, your backing is your option. That's your police, your team. You gotta handle things the way it get handled. It ain't get handled in the courtroom. It ain't start in the courtroom. It ain't gonna get finished in the courtroom. That's the mentality of the streets. Man, New York and Harlem got plenty of big stories. Fricks. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot of stories before and after Rich Porter. Harlem just had that big braid with Pistol Pete in them. Shotty and them just went down. You know what I mean? Harlem been having big indictments. You know what I mean? Harlem been having big indictments. Civilized people don't live by the street code, right? You sound accurate, cuz, or I was in the feds in Allentown with dudes from New York who was close to the paid in full situation. You know what I mean? Yeah, that old man right there, Porch Prophet. He was in the feds, dudes telling the truth, bro. And I'm just telling you that a lot of dudes from Harlem really just feel in their heart that Ace ain't do nothing wrong. Some dudes felt like Ace should have handled it in the streets, and some dudes feel like, yo, that was an isolated event between them. Ace ain't sent his plug to jail. Ace ain't sent nobody that was working for him to jail. Ace ain't put nobody in jeopardy. Ace told on a nigga that robbed him. I'm not telling you it's a right. Back then, if I was Ace age back then, I would have handled it a different way. I'd have dropped every penny I had on him. You get what I'm saying? Just speaking realistically. You get what I'm saying? Because that's what my people would install to me. Ace thought he was going to die, bro, and told his mother what happened. Straight up, and it blew up. Calvin was just in court trying to give his time back, begging that man to say, I'm not the one that shot you. You know I ain't the one that shot you. That's a fact. No, it's a big story going on. You must have been just chapping in. We talked about Robert Brooks. 6 correctional officers were charged with second-degree murder. 3 were charged with manslaughter, and 1 was charging with, you know, not telling, for real, being right there, not doing nothing about the situation. That was the big story. And then the correctional officers, after those officers were charged, the correctional officers went on strike. 42 prisons in the state of New York, and they going crazy. And it took the state of New York, almost 90 days to try those officers. So we up on game, bro. We up on game. We up on game. So if you just tapped in, we started out with Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Because see, when you talk to me, I can repeat my whole show. We started out with Elon Musk and Donald Trump, if you just tapped in. And if you just tapped in and by me rewinding what we did, you could like this video. We tapped in with Donald Trump and Elon Musk firing 6,000 federal employees in the midst of tax season. And Elon Musk say because of this is going to save America $50 billion. And he wants to respond to this by giving the American citizens who filed head of household or something like that $5,000 in return, because he said the money is freeing up. That's what's going on other than the Rich Porter story. And then Robert Brooks, the police officers were charged. 9 cops that I just told you was charged. They should have been charged on day 1, but almost 90 days later. Also, New York police also executed a raid, and a police officer was shot. So that's what we was talking about, other than the Rich Porter stuff. Nah, you know what I mean? I don't know, nothing in particular. You know what I mean? I put my topics up in the morning. I talk about them. The early bird get the worm, and then when I got people in here, I just don't click it off. And the day Friday, so I don't have to amazingly rip and run, so I got time. And we usually in here at 7 o'clock in the morning, so this we've been buzzing for a while. You know what I mean? As long as they hanging, I'm hanging. You know what I mean? I used to do that in school, boy. I used to be last one to go in the house. You wonder what I'm doing now? I'm playing with my heater. It must be too hot. But anyway, man, hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button. Become a member. Become a member. Donate to the channel. What time is 9:13 in the morning? And it's cold as fuck outside. That's it. But other than that, the reason why I was talking about the Rich Porter situation too, bro, Holly 2314, is because somebody that's been in here since early in the morning asked me questions about it. And the way this morning show is set up, I get into my topics, I build in my topics hard, and then at the end, if people in here, I open it up to my 66 people or my 100 people or 300 people that may be tapping in, and I talk back. And it's changed for for you guys to subscribe to my channel or put $1.99 up there, donate $2, or purchase a Raw Dope t-shirt or anything. Just support the channel. If you don't want to support the channel, just hit the double tap and subscribe to the channel. If you don't want to subscribe or like the channel, I appreciate you for tapping in. What's the K-Pit trial right now? I'll check it out right now. I check it out right now, bro. That's what I'm saying. 101 people in here. Salute. 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 Let me take a shot of water. Screenshot that for me, baby. Screenshot for me. That means gone. That's it. They come and they go. Thank you, bro. Where you from? From Baltimore. Northwest Baltimore. Northwest Baltimore. Yep. You know, my day job, car salesman. My other, you know what I mean? I do a lot of things. About to open up a smoke shop here, you know what I mean, Baltimore, you know what I'm saying? I do a lot of stuff outside of this, but this is my bread and butter, baby. You know what I mean? Out of everything I do, cars, stores, you know what I mean? We starting the cargo van services. Anything I do, bro, that shit is just here to take care of the family, purchase the home, and, you know what I mean, get some security, you know what I'm saying? If a Lord bless me to see 65. Other than this content is what I want to do. This is what I love to do. You know what I mean? This content, I've been working on it, man. I tell people I've been on YouTube for 6 years. They be like, damn, like this, and I should have been blue. But hey, man, my time coming, bro. Long as the Lord give me, my grandmother used to say this, long as I'm living in the Lord spare my life, man, I'm good. I'm good, because we working. We working. We working. We working out here, man. We working. We working. Hey, we working. We working. Shout out to the Mod Squad in the building, too. You see that blue up there? That's the Mod Squad. That's had my back. That's the security. So what else we got? Kingpin on trial in New York. Let me see. Is it with the feds or state? Kingpin on trial in New York.
According to Reuters, New York, August 15. Reuters, federal prosecutors are seeking to move alleged Mexican drug kingpin.
Are you talking about Ismael Ameo? Ameo? Ghost? Is that who you talking about? Is that Ghost, nickname Kingpin, 10K a week drug ring, U.S. plea in Mexican? That's the biggest thing. Who read? Let me look at this. New York Post. That's what's at the New York Post. It's federal. Kingpin name Ghost, Times Square Kingpin, mapped around the clock Kingpin, 32-year-old. You said, what's his name? What's their name, bro? New York Kingpin, 22 murders on trial, February 2025. Trial of accused Alpo Montez killer underway. That's what you talking about? The joint, he said, Alpo killer trio accused of robbing, fatally dragging man, leaving New York. Man accused of killing drug kingpin Alpo Montez acquitted in New York. Anthony T.T. Jordan. Anthony T.T. Jordan trial. Associate testified against a, yeah. That's in St. Louis. That's St. Yeah, here we go. We about to play it. Hold up. I'm about to play clips from this. Anthony T.T. Jordan trial, St. Louis. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby. This is up there. Yeah, we put it up there. We put it up here, buddy. See that? That's what I do. Now name a content creator to do that. You know what I mean? Name a content. Like my man, subscribe to my channel now. Holly 213 donate to the channel, bro. Like, come on, bro. You ain't never get a YouTuber, no content creator have you ever put on something and gonna go in with you. Oh, I don't want to do that. Donate to the channel. Like this video. Call your peoples up and say, yo, turn in the raw dope. He playing, bro. TT Jordan. Let's go, bro. Donate to the channel. You got to donate to the channel. You need the Cash App up there. We need the Cash App up there. I'm feeling like, you know what I mean? I'm feeling like I'm feeling like people just feel like they just want to deal with the Cash App. I just feel like I ain't put the Cash App up there. I feel like today my hand's itching. I feel like some people want to donate to the channel. You know what I mean? I feel like some people want to donate to the channel today. You know what I mean? I feel like some people want to donate to the channel. I ain't gonna lie to you. If you don't, you don't. You know what I mean? My Cash App got money in it. But if you want to donate to the channel and hear this story, you'll show me love. You'll show love. Hold up. I'm posting this Cash App right now, y'all. My man, Wonder Woman. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman looked out. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, let's get some more people in here, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm podcast hustling. Now my man Boosie say he rap hustling. I'm podcast hustling right now. 75 people in the chat. Give me the 50 likes. Give me the 50 likes, Holly. 50 likes, Holly. Come on, I'm going to pay what you sent. Now, man. Oh, man. Shout out to Safi. Dayton Street just sent $10 in, man. Run that Cash App up. Wonder Woman, I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Run that like up for me, man. I'm in here, man. You know what I'm saying? My girl might get mad because me and her, we got to do kids get out of school like 3:30 and we got to move around. It's only fair so she can get some air. That's a meditation. She need to get some air after her work done. So it's Friday. She need to get some air. So I'm going to let her go ahead and do 50 things and burn gas. And I'm going to roll with her. Let's go. Can we get some more in there? Salute from Detroit. Detroit, I salute you. Can we get one more in there? I'm ready to play this story straight from St. Louis, Missouri. Know what I mean? St. Louis trial of Anthony T.T. Jordan. Yes. And this is huge. This is huge. Let's get in there, man. That Cash App is right there. That Cash App is right there. So if you want to hear the story. So one more Cash App. I'm going to play the story. 2 more likes. Which one going to come first? Don't want to donate to the channel. So subscribe. You don't want to subscribe to the channel, like the video. If you just like what I'm saying, just donate to the channel. Know what I mean? Come on, man. 2 more likes, we play it. This exclusive story, man. Broke it first. I know ain't no content creators on this. Now I mean, 2 more likes that y'all. Double tap the screen. That's how you like it. Double tap the screen, man. Shout out to Woman and Candy Cane and Safi, my brother, for just donating to the channel, man. $14 for the channel, bro. Been on here an hour, couple hours. Oh man. You know what I'm saying? That's something. You know what I mean? That's a blessing, man. It's a beautiful Friday. Jumar Friday. It's so beautiful. Thank y'all. Melly gonna be released. But hey, hey, come on. Oh, there you go. 52 likes in there. They got it. Let's go. Let's play it. Let's get the clips.
Did you know
See that? I don't cheat the people, bro. You know what I mean? I don't cheat the people. But that's an exclusive story. Exclusive story out of St. Louis.
The St. Louis man is back in federal court downtown. It is day 7 of Anthony Jordan's trial. He's charged with multiple murders and a drug trafficking ring. Fox News' Mallory Thomas has the latest on the trial.
It's day 7 of a trial that's expected to take several weeks. Court officials say Monday's testimony focusing mainly on drug seizures. Tuesday morning, a known associate of
Shout out to Kenny. Yay,
taking
Kenny.
the stand for several hours, describing in detail several murders. This video is from June 2013 when Michael Brooks was shot and killed outside a strip club in Brooklyn, Illinois. In the courtroom Tuesday, the former associate describing Brooks' relationship with Jordan. He says the two spent every day together, and Brooks bought drugs from Jordan, and he owed Jordan money back in May 2012. The associate also describing the murder of Montez Woods in May 2012. The associate says he drove Jordan and Brooks to the scene of the murder. He says they were all wearing masks, gloves, and described the details
Cuzzo,
of the
gift from
car that he
Cuzzo.
drove
Shout out
the
to
murder
you.
scene where
Oh,
he
the
dropped
gifts are
off Jordan
dropping.
and Brooks.
The gifts are
He
dropping.
says Jordan was armed with an AK-47 and Brooks also had a gun. Was killed. The associate says the following month, Jordan murdered Anthony Clark. Police say Clark is one of the 9 murders between April 2008 and January 2014. They say evidence can connect to Jordan. His trial is expected to continue this week and next. In St. Louis, Mallory Thomas,
Appreciate you,
Fox 2
Cuzzo.
News.
Hold up, we gotta get back in. Bro's vicious. Let's hear what he doing. Okay. Damn. St. Louis man faces multiple murder charges. Day 6. Let's see what they talking about first.
Oh, hey.
Let's see what they talking about. We're gonna play a little bit in here. The donations definitely rolling in. I appreciate y'all, man. Subscribe to this channel. Let's go.
All right, day 9 of the Anthony T.T. Jordan trial. Not a whole lot of testimony. But it starts tying things together, at least for me, of how things started and how they went. Just as a programming thing, our programming alert is there's no court Friday, tomorrow, and there's no court on Monday. So it'll resume on
the next
Tuesday.
Okay.
And they expect to have it done, probably most likely closings on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Possibly Tuesday, but most likely Wednesday. And on our podcast, tune into our podcast on Monday. We will have Katie Cole on. She is the crime reporter for the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, and she's covering this trial and she's covered other things as well. We're going to talk to her about her thoughts on this. She's a little younger than us, and it'd be interesting to get another view on what's going on. But to get
somebody covering it.
And then you had the one at 4217 Sacramento, which was where they got
I want to get to it. Hold up.
the 2 cars out of the garage.
I want to get to it, bro. Let's see what he's talking about.
Testimony in a federal courtroom against a St. Louis man facing multiple murder charges for his part in a drug ring. St. Louis 11's Mallory Thomas has the latest on Anthony Jordan's trial.
Day 3 of Anthony Jordan's trial starts with a former associate taking the stand against Jordan. The associate, under witness protection, spoke for several hours, describing 3 separate incidents with a total of 6 murders. Jordan was indicted in 2015 for gunning down 9 people between April 2008 and January 2014. In the courtroom Wednesday, the associate described witnessing 2 murders on February 3rd, 2010. He describes driving Jordan to the scene of the murders and then testified he saw Jordan pull a rifle out and kill 2 people. He also described in detail wearing a ski mask and gloves with Jordan and then wiping the car down after the murders before getting rid of the car. The former associate also admitting under oath to selling kilos of cocaine with Jordan at the time of the murders. He says Jordan told him of at least 3 other incidents, including one shooting where a stray bullet killed a woman looking through her window after hearing gunshots. Jordan's trial began Monday with testimony from law enforcement. This is the first former associate to take the stand. Court officials expect the trial to take up to 3 weeks. In St. Louis, Mallory Thomas, St. Louis 11 News.
Boy, good God Almighty.
16 grams of protein.
I ain't gonna hold you. Jordan in a line of motherfucking trouble. That boy vicious. I'm trying to get to like the head of it. There it is. 17 bodies, child.
All right, welcome to day 10 up.
It was something on him. He been locked up for so long, though. Here go the story of him, bro.
If you want to start selling print on
The
demand,
story, y'all, man. This is the fan base. Just a supporter from St. Louis. Gave me this story, and I'm covering. I know y'all like to hear this shit. This shit is crazy. Now, this is the whole story.
The subjects of today's video are 2 demons that worked with the Mexican cartel to receive and distribute cocaine within the city of St. Louis. One of them was the kingpin calling all of the shots, and the other, the trigger man, that would take someone's life with no hesitation or second thought. The 2 were involved in a drug ring responsible for the deaths of 17 different people. The subjects of today's video are none other than Adrian A.D. Lemons and Anthony T.T. Jordan, and today we're going to be telling their story. But before we get into the video, please be sure to
like, hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment, man. Shout out to everybody that's been tapping in with me since like 6:50 this morning.
He took pictures of his dead victims and struck a corpse in a funeral home. He also tried to threaten or harm witnesses and tried to threaten and bribe U.S. Marshal Services or jail personnel. A.D. Lemons and T.T. Jordan both resided in St. Louis, Missouri. If you know anything about St. Louis, you know that it's one of the most violent and deadliest cities in America. In fact, Forbes ranks St. Louis as the most dangerous city in America. People like A.D. Lemons and T.T. Jordan are a big reason why. A.D. Lemons was the kingpin and the brains behind the operation. From 2012 to 2016, Lemons worked with representatives of the Mexican cartel to receive and distribute vast kilogram quantities of cocaine within the city of St. Louis. Lemons also supplied large quantities of cocaine to large-scale, mid-level, and street-level drug dealers who also sold cocaine and crack within the St. Louis area and beyond. The Mexican cartel coordinated routine bulk shipments of cocaine from Reynosa, Mexico through the Rio Grande Valley and then to the St. Louis, Missouri area. The cocaine shipments were transported via truck, and in turn, bulk quantities of United States currency were shipped back through the southern United States to Mexico as payment for the cocaine. The feds would go on to seize over 64 kilograms of cocaine and over $1.3 million from Lemons and his associates. T.T. Jordan is currently being charged with 9 different murders. On April 20th, 2008, his killing spree would officially begin. On that day, 3 men were found shot to death around 2:45 a.m. inside a car in the 3800 block of Harris Avenue in North St. Louis. The victims were identified as Lenny Jackson Jr., age 46, Al Walters, age 33, and Keith Burks, age 31. When investigators arrived, the car was still running and the driver's foot was on the brake. The vehicle was covered with bullet holes, and the police picked up a number of shell casings in the alley. Several neighbors around the area said they heard at least 9 gunshots around 1:30 a.m. T.T. Jordan is believed to have killed all 3 people sitting in that vehicle because he thought that Al Walters was cooperating with the police. Rather than making sure he only took out Al, he decided to shoot up the vehicle without a care of who else may have been in the car with him.
Good God Almighty, Sean.
On February 3rd, 2018, TT Jordan would kill again, once again killing multiple people at the same time. Marquise Jones, age 26, and Kiara Johnson, age 23, were driving down the 4200 block of Dr. Martin Luther King Drive around 6 p.m. when they pulled over to await some friends following them in another vehicle. The pit stop would prove to be a deadly decision. Moments later, a dark-colored Chevrolet Impala stopped alongside their vehicle and riddled it with bullets fired from an AK-47. Jones died behind the wheel, and Johnson died in the passenger seat. A third victim, also in the car, survived the shooting with only graze wounds from the bullets. Investigators believe that TT killed them because he believed that Jones was cooperating with the police. On June 25, 2013, TT Jordan would catch his sixth body. Anthony Clark, age 28, was sitting in a Pontiac Grand AM in the 5000 block of Cote Brillante in the city's Kingsway West neighborhood at about 11:30 a.m. when he was shot. The gunman, wearing a white bandana pulled over his face, pulled up in an Audi, then blocked Clark's silver Grand AM and fired into the car multiple times with a high-powered rifle. Clark was taken to a hospital by ambulance and died at 1:18 p.m. Clark lived on the block where he was killed. The gunman fled the scene in a dark-colored Audi A6. That gunman was ultimately believed to be Anthony TT Jordan. On December 5th, 2013, both TT Jordan and A.D. Lemons would both be involved in a murder. On that day, 40-year-old Byron Ertz was shot in the head and chest at North Grand after 1 p.m. and was pronounced dead at the scene. In the superseding indictment, both TT Jordan and A.D. Lemons and 2 others were charged with his murder. After being directly involved in 8 different murders, TT Jordan's killing spree still wouldn't come to an end. On December 29, 2013, he would kill 2 more people, including an innocent woman. There are many.
Yo, this joint vicious. I done seen a lot of shit. Shorty in them. I'm going to build on this. Good God Almighty.
Shots rang out as 51-year-old Clara Walker and 2 of her sons, Terrell Williams, age 17, and Carlos Walker, age 23, were watching TV.
Dang.
Carlos Walker thought the shots might have been on TV, but his mother ran to a front bedroom window to look outside. Carlos Walker said in an interview that he was just in a room joking with her, and she ran to look out the window and got hit.
Yeah.
St. Louis police say she was hit by a stray bullet.
Man, don't play with me like that, man. It's your mother, boy.
In the 4000 block of Peck Street near Fairground Park at about 1:40 p.m. Police responded to the block and found Robert Parker, age 32, lying outside a car and suffering from several gunshot wounds. Parker had been outside a sports utility vehicle when shots were fired from a car that had pulled up next to him. Both Robert Parker and Clara Walker would tragically pass away.
Dang.
The indictment claims that TT Jordan fatally shot Robert Parker and Clara Walker in furtherance of a drug trafficking crime ring.
Dang.
The most tragic thing about it was not only was Clara Walker an innocent bystander, she was also a mother of 9 children and grandmother to 8 children.
Dang.
On January 21st, 2014,
God.
Michael Gridiron and another person were sitting in a vehicle near the 3000 block of Green's Place when they heard gunfire erupt. They got out of the car and tried to get away, but Michael was chased and gunned down. He was shot in the torso, abdomen, and legs, and police found him lying dead on the sidewalk.
Yeah, y'all vicious. Like this video. Hit that subscribe button. This is a story out of St. Louis, Missouri.
Witnesses say that they saw someone with a gun get in a black sedan and drive
Shout
away.
out to Holly
The
for putting me
indictment
on.
states that TT Jordan killed him in furtherance of his drug trafficking ring.
Dang.
The final murder that TT Jordan would commit before getting locked up would be the murder of Dante Jones. On November 28, 2014, Dante Jones and two others were sitting in a car on the 900 block of Harlan Avenue at about 9:30 p.m. when gunfire erupted. Jones was shot dead in the car. The man and woman in the car with him survived the shooting but suffered injuries. The man had been shot in the arm, and the woman had been shot several times in the upper body, including the chest and arm. The victims drove themselves to the 6100 block of North Broadway, where officers found them. T.T. Jordan has been charged with this murder, and investigators believe that he did it in furtherance of his drug trafficking ring. Ultimately, A.D. Lemons pled guilty to a cocaine distribution conspiracy charge in May of 2019 and admitted involvement in a drug ring that brought at least 150 kilograms of cocaine from Mexico between 2012 and 2016. He was sentenced to 20 years in prison. T.T. Jordan is still fighting his case, but prosecutors are pushing hard for him to be given the death penalty. Let me know what you guys think of this situation in the comment section.
Shorty, did you know them boys? T.T. Jordan, vicious, bro. Shorty. So if you say he was a kingpin, him and Lemon, so they said him and this man, one was the kingpin, one was putting in work. So he had that many problems getting all that work. You know what I mean? This is vicious. Like, that's vicious, man. That's serious, man. I can't even hold you. That's serious. I'm glad you put me on that case, bro. That case was different, bro. That case hit then T.T. Jordan out of St. Louis, Missouri, bro. I mean, you know, we had the Anthony Jones case down here, the YGG take his, but Shorty was getting a whole lot of money and was like, yo, was like, I don't know. So, man, yo, like, how, you know, how they know it was him every time? Like, oh, Shorty was just, what shit? I don't know, bro. What he thought that work was gonna stop this? So he been in jail 10 years. So basically, been in jail 10 years. He copped out to a crime in 2019 to get 20 years in prison. So he's already serving federal time in prison, and he got this case penalty that they aiming for the death penalty, bro. They aiming for the death penalty. One told the guys from the other side of the war turned on his peoples and was giving TTT info and was going. It was going. Yeah, see, that's vicious. That's vicious. That's vicious, bro. Like, that's vicious. And then an innocent lady died in this. And you know, it's sad to say that, you know, rest in peace to all those victims that lost their lives in that situation. You get what I'm saying? And then to him, man, you know, he's never getting out of prison. He going to Florence ADX, Jack. He going to Florence ADX for the rest of his life. They gonna put him under the ground. You know what I mean? People will write books about him. They'll do movies about him. He won't make money off his life, and that's definitely a St. Louis hood story that was bananas. And he had a 7-year run going crazy. So you saying he was a kingpin since he got out of when he was 27. He been a kingpin ever since he was 18. So he been working his way up since what, 13, 14 years old. Found the plug at 18, then went bananas. Got his hitman to go bananas. I'm here to say to you that he wasn't very smart. He wasn't smart at all, bro. Like, I don't. When they saying that, then he pleaded trafficking over 1,200 bricks. So 1,200 bricks, you do all this. And you mean to tell me that you got time to send your hitman to go out here and do all that crazy shit? Y'all getting too much work to even be like, come on. Come on. Oh, man. Man, this case is deep. They were driving military vehicles to do it. Yo. Yeah, this is, I don't know how no St. Louis vloggers ain't put this like. And jury warned about graphic surveillance in St. Louis. Like, the feds, whoa. And they going for the death penalty. And St. Louis still got the death penalty. Yeah, boy, that boy, St. Louis still got the death penalty, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. You innocent until proven guilty. Where we come from, you guilty to prove innocent. I don't know if that man did it or he didn't do it. But what I'm saying, what he's charged with and being in jail for 10 years already. And if they find him guilty, and it's in trial been in 9 days, they say the trial going to resume around Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. And I'm gonna cover this. If he's found guilty, and what I've seen so far, people are working. Close associate on there saying that he drove already. We ain't even dig deep into the case. You know what I mean? See? Yeah, see? So there you go. There you go. Now I'm about to build on this before I get out of here. It's 116 people in the chat. Hey, run this video up to 100 likes, man. But if you're new to this channel, subscribe. Now I'm gonna give it to you my opinion. I could believe what you just said, bro. That you ain't had nothing to do with it and this and that. That is believable. It's when you get money and people got fear of you and scared of you, they'll tell on you, they'll put you together. It's all tricks into the trade of how things happen, right? But you just said the boy been hustling since he was young. If you've been a kingpin since you was 18 years old and you 27, you have more than enough time to grow up. Because becoming a kingpin at 18 takes a special juvenile. And to maintain it for almost 10 years is a very, very special individual when it comes to the hustle. I'm speaking about the hustle. So an individual that powerful and working with that much money have to put in that much work is insane. But do people really hate you that much to put all that on you, knowing that you ain't really do it? And I'm just that jealous of you that I want to see you get charged with some murders. It was more than 9 murders. I don't know. It was so many. 3 on one incident, 2 on incident. So I don't know. It gotta make sense. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you from St. Louis and you wouldn't want to cover this story because obviously, they got some strong people backing them, but somebody not scared because dudes is working already. Some dudes that's involved in this case ain't going down or got caught up in some other shit that's telling you it's a sad situation. And what if the man didn't do that? Because the word of mouth and people just saying that, and this, that's what they said about the Anthony Jones case from Baltimore. They say, a lot of that shit they charged Anthony with that he didn't do, bro. It was just like he just had the name. And everybody just put it on everything. It goes down like that. But when the federal people get involved and federal people convict people off of hearsay and lie, Shorty in a tight situation. And if he didn't do that, that's a hard pillow to swallow to be sitting on death row for that. That's really a hard pillow to swallow to be sitting on death row, for something that you didn't do. So with that type of money and those type of connections, I'm quite sure he has. They got good attorneys. I'm hoping, and they've been in jail for 10 years, so they had to study their case. And just because it looks crazy during trial, just because all these witnesses saying nothing, your lawyer and your defense team has to be prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you didn't do this. And this is nothing that nobody in the world that I know or me and you know. And there's plenty of men and women in the face it because there's plenty of people in the face shit like this. But this is not a situation I want to be in. Right. He was in his lane until the war came in. It's like he got obsessed, and I'm out saying he did, just saying he started to focus on the war side of the hustle. Yeah, I seen that happen with dudes too. I seen dudes take the war side of the hustle to the next level and fuck up their whole life. You know what I mean? You done seen the stories, the world was built on. I'm sure half of y'all don't even watch the news, but go to YouTube and spread gospel or lies with no facts to back them up. I see how y'all think. Hold up. Rolo TV. I don't spare no facts and no lies about shit. I'm from Baltimore City. I ain't from St. Louis. Holly Tube 314. We were talking about different things, and he mentioned that to me, and we brought it up for a conversation. So you got me confused with Flair, 1090 Jake, Say Cheese, Adam 22, or the news station, because I ain't refuting false or shit. I Googled it. And it's federal papers right there. Know what I mean? It's in federal court, so it's known to the public. So I don't know them people. You know what I mean? I don't give two fucks about them people. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to the people that lost their life. But don't come on my channel acting like I'm playing with somebody, Jack. You know what I mean? That's it. I'm reporting what the news said and what this person that's on my channel asked me, hey, bro, because he been in here kicking it, a supporter of a channel. He said, bro, because I talk to my community. You know what I mean? I engage with my community. And he said, bro, you talking about certain cases. What about this case from St. Louis? And that's what we started talking about. We not spreading no rumors about shit. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. We ain't spreading no rumors about shit. So don't even get my platform or me or even Holly 2314 caught up in nothing, bro. It's an open conversation. Guess what? Those white people talking about it in the federal court, those white people talking about it in the jury box, those white people talking about it up in the office, because it's a huge case in St. Louis, those white people reporting it on the news anchors. You ain't going on there and saying they spreading rumors. And if you know the person and you feel a way about the person, you ain't in court supporting them because you on YouTube faking. Like, come on, bro. Don't come on my channel and bring that negative out of my channel. Man or woman, whoever it is, was having a good conversation. You know what I mean? That's it. You know what I mean? That's it. You know what I mean? Yeah, come on, bro. Right, yeah, he needs content. Like, come on, bro. Thank you, bro. So I just feel like with that case, bro, back to the people that was in here that's interested in what we was talking about, not a person that show up late to class, late to work, late to their funeral, late for everything. You don't know what we talking about. So in fact, a video just dropped on YouTube about it 45 minutes ago. Let me see. I'll get an update. You know what I mean? That's probably this guy just covering the case from our, I guess he's from St. Louis. Let me refresh real quick. Everything 9 days ago, 7 days ago. You know what I mean? Send me the link. Send a link to me at raddopodcast@gmail.com. Send me the link at raddopodcast. Oh, yeah, he's an ex-detective. Yeah, he taking it for sure. He taking it for sure. But I ain't want to get in. I want to get into it. Let me just go to this detective channel first. Let me go to his channel. I'm gonna go to his channel and see what he started to say. I mean, he's a St. Louis. I'm gonna even subscribe to his channel because it seems like he cover court cases. Subscribe. That's the type of stuff I do. You know what I mean? Subscribe to his channel because you put me on. He's really covering this story. Let me go to his channel. All right, go to his channel. Let me see that he dropped something. Oh, 56 minutes ago. You hit it right on the money, buddy. 56 minutes ago. There we go. Oh, hit that joint right on the money. You on top of that joint. He's a detective. So there you go. That's cool. You know what I mean? He's a detective. And you know he's doing this crazy research. Here we go.
All right. Welcome to day 11 update for the Anthony T.T. Jordan trial. Once again, I have to apologize for irresponsible journalism and not meeting deadlines. As last night we did our podcast, as many of you know, we tape on Thursday nights or record. But last night we did the first, we were practicing going live, and it worked, and we did go live on YouTube and Facebook, and it was just practice, so we didn't put it out there. We did have some people join us. But to set all that up, it took our producer, Jay.
Let's get to the case, bro.
Support again. Apologize. This is winding down. They're going to be doing closings today, which is Friday morning.
Closing arguments?
I'm not going to go to the closings. What you're going to hear today and what you've heard in the last 10 updates is going to be closed.
Going to the jury.
The prosecution is going to lay out their case again.
Send me a picture of
the
Rick
defense
James.
is going to lay out the defense that they've always been laying out, and they're going to do 90 minutes each of that. And then before that's going to be jury instructions. The first thing this morning, 9:30 will be jury instructions, and they each get 90 minutes. Then it'll go to the jury. And when the next update that you get from me is the verdict with Bill McDonough, who was the one of the supervisors in intelligence when all this went down. And we're going to just take a little deeper dive into some of the things that were going on at the time and what actually led to all this. And I think you guys will find that interesting. So stay tuned for that. And so tomorrow I'm going to put out a little story I think you guys like too. It involves Chief Joe Speed.
What's up, Lord Loaf?
And
bitch.
How he arrested a guy back in the day. And when he got out of prison, Joe got him a job. And you'll hear about the investigation that led to him getting arrested and the story about how he got a job when he got out. So, he was a pretty high level drug dealer at the time. It was up near Academy Courts. But it was a neat story. It kind of gives you again, humanizing police officers, and we're just not all bad guys.
Man, say what's up, my man.
So it's a neat story, and that'll be out tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. And if you want to,
man, talk
when we go live on Thursday,
you want to tell everybody your channel.
And we'll get to the Jason Smith thing in a little bit, but they will.
Boy, talk too much. Old detective, yo, being holding you up at trial.
All the 3 search warrants on Sacramento and whatnot. And he did 4 searches relative to that.
Hit that like button. Let's get to 60 likes, y'all. Let's get to 60 likes. We need more donations.
For involuntary
hey, Lord Loaf, donate to the channel. The Cash App out there is pinned up there. Donate to the channel.
Did a search for the Bureau of Prison Federal Inmates by number and by name, Bar Antonio, Washington.
That boy gonna go through all the paperwork like he went through.
He got a text from an unknown number. They didn't identify who it was from. The guy had to get his car fixed. And then Anthony TT texted him back and says, I go to Mako on Lindbergh. We've heard the Mako stuff. And then they got into some of the photos that were in the phone. And there was a photo of Anthony Blinky Clark. There was screenshot photos of, so I'm guessing what happened was when Dante would get information, he would take a picture of it on the computer and send that picture and send that screenshot to Gloria. And then Gloria would then send it to TT. So, or that's the assertion. And so there was a photo of Anthony Blinky Clark, photos of Yellow Mac, which is Mikhail Gridiron. Screenshot of Terrell Beasley with a booking photo. There was a printout of like an arrest record that showed that Dominic D.D. Irons was in jail for a couple of years.
Welcome back. This boy, one thing about him, y'all got to go watch his joint on this Anthony T.T. Jordan case. But God tapped in from St. Louis and told me about it. Deliberation. They say this is closing arguments today. So next week, the jury gonna be back with the verdict, and I'm gonna make sure I cover the verdict. But just from the little bit that I heard from these news clippers and channels, and then you got somebody on here saying, I guess they from out there saying all this shit is crazy. Man,
so Charles Thompson's inmate number, man's inmate number. I'm guessing that number was used to put money on his books. I'm guessing that's the assertion there. And there would be something a little later more about the Department of Corrections putting that stuff on the books. But there was also pictures of AR-15s with extended magazines, and there was numerous pictures of those. But some of them, the pictures was he would hold it with one hand, and you'd be looking down the barrel for the picture, and you could see a tattoo on the other hand. And in several of those pictures, you can see the tattoo, and the tattoo matches the tattoo that TT has.
But one thing about bright
so there was
blue,
numerous pictures of
the
guns.
brighter side of blue. So
Selfies,
police, ain't he going word for word what they saying in court?
With him holding the guns. There was guns with lasers.
It sounded like Shorty was really.
And a lot of the guns that he was holding are the guns that were on that pool table in his in the search warrant.
I seen that. That's a picture.
Where the like 12 or 15 guns, a lot of those guns were in those pictures that he was taking too.
Dang.
And it because a lot of times when you do the search warrants, is people will bring stuff to a pool, because they had a picture of all these guns on the pool table on the search warrant. Well, a lot of times you put that all together is just to take a picture of the evidence, but apparently that's where a lot of this stuff was, because in his pictures it was all over the pool table too. And I just brought that together with these pictures. And again, they made a big. There's an underlying thing that he's left-handed. They stipulated all that he's left-handed. I think that was from some other testimony. Drum magazine was in some of the pictures. The high capacity.
Can you imagine being Anthony Jordan, right? And you got somebody in the comment box say he didn't do this, right? Can you imagine being in there, right? We talking about Anthony Jordan. It's a case based out of St. Louis. One of the subscribers, and they called me, hit me up and said speak about it. So it was towards the end of the show, so I decided to cover it. I ran across this video on channel. I respect how you speak facts and let it build the narrative. Great content. Thank you, man. Become a subscriber for me, says Zilla. You know what I mean? I really appreciate that. Oh Lord, Jay-Z, thanks for the compliment, Jack. But I'm gonna get into this because one of my subscribers asked me to get into it. Let me get into this and break it down. Anthony TT Jordan is on trial, and just from what I summarized, this is my quick summary of this. He's on trial, and he's charged with numerous of murders, and people are testifying. They got phones, they got pictures. So in this thing, that if you were squeaky clean, they got things that that proves that you're not squeaky clean. Now, everything that you charge with, you might not have did, but it's something that you got going on. And for the drugs that you were selling, they gave you 20 years. It's this murder stuff that come on. You're 37 years old. You got 20 years in prison. You got 10 years in. If you didn't have a violent joint, you probably would have less. But they gave you the 20 years to hold you up to give you the rest of your life in jail. You know what I mean? I don't know. We might get a verdict next week and say not guilty. It's not looking good. You know what I mean? In federal courts, I don't hear about not guilty a lot. State courts, yes. Federal courts, no. So I'm saying, to summarize this all up, I'm thinking this is for my expertise of being from the streets and growing up in the streets of Baltimore. You got a young dude getting money because it's two of them. There's the other dude, Adrian. They said it's both. These are two dudes, and they said one is the kingpin and one is the muscle. Okay, you got a kingpin, you got a dude getting money. The feds don't really know nothing. They probably was partners. I don't know. They getting money, right? When you get money, you have what you call dick riders. Dick riders is one of the leading causes of death in the African American community, because dudes will say and do anything to be next to the money and the power. That's true indeed. And then you got dudes that's not dick riders. The dudes that's not dick riders are probably amongst the deceased. Rest in peace to those individuals again. The dudes that's not scared of the money and the power, and the dudes that's not afraid to speak their mind, they usually fall victims of the dick riders. The dick rider is a snake. The dick rider is a rat. The dick rider is a two-faced nigga. He'll do anything to be close to his reality. So a dick rider would do anything to get out of jail. He's a dick rider, you know what I'm saying? So the police tell him they're gonna get him food and do things for him. He's gonna do that. You allow him to do anything when you start licking off a shot. We make a joke. You get what I'm saying? In our hood, amongst us, you know what I mean? If you see Jay-Z, dude might be like, man, fuck that shit. I'm licking off a shot to get this picture. It's a joke thing, damn, man. He was dick riding Jay-Z to get the picture. But at the end of the day, we not tripping off of that, because, man, that nigga saying Jay-Z, he's a fan. Dick riding means these dudes got money and they got power. And you scared of these dudes and they doing something for you. So instead of you having a man conversation like a man with other men, you guys say, well, yo, fam and them was talking about they gonna fuck with somebody else. They said that last shit you gave them bad. Like, what? Man, I just said them niggas, they said everything was cool, man. I don't know. Them niggas really don't fuck with y'all. Now, I mean, they just be fucking with y'all because y'all be having good numbers, but they say they position themselves to bust other moves. So now, and the dick rider gets his work and he goes on about his business. Then he comes back around the niggas that he just told on and act like everything cool. So the boss and his hitman, they mad. So they coming around you, them, yo, what's up with y'all? Yo, I'm trying to get this, I'm trying to get that. They got a hidden enemy. Dudes that's not suckers. They got a see. Next thing you know, you sitting in the car, we smoking. Yo, them niggas out here right now sitting in the car. Boom. It's over. It's over. That's what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? Because yo, you getting bricks from the cartel. How much can you be beefing over? You get what I'm saying? So this is a bad case of dick riding and people running around and running their mouths. That's just how I feel about this. With just my summary. Now that everybody cooperating and everybody gonna keep their mouth closed until them boys get washed up, and then all the dudes gonna come back out with the dick riders. They tough Tonys now. And the dudes that kept it solid to be the dudes that really, you know what I'm saying, be like, yo, they don't speak about it no more, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? It happens like that. So I think this was a real case of, and by what Holly 2314 say, I think it's a real bad case of dick riding and dudes, men being like women and spreading rumors. You know what I mean? Men being like women and spreading rumors. You get what I'm saying? And men do that. Men spread rumors. And the worst man is a dick rider, a scared type dude. You get what I'm saying? Who's scared? Like, as long as I ain't a victim, and then dick riders will get their own friend murdered and go to the funeral and be crying and feeling a guilty conscience at the funeral. So that's a daily thing, bro. If you just dick riding and want to be in people's face and want to be in every picture and want to be around because they got muscle, you crazy. You get what I'm saying? You crazy. You crazy. And I think that's what it was in St. Louis. Money, power, and dick riding. You know what I'm saying? It could cause to a lot of violence. You get what I'm saying? Why would a dudes getting so much money be wanting to whack so many dudes? You know what I mean? You getting money. You ain't got, and then half of the dudes probably when they ain't getting money, probably can't even buy a chicken from you. You the chicken man. You don't sell 8 balls, ounces, and quarters. You sell chickens. So how could you be in a street war selling chickens? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. But that's just how I feel about that story, man. That's just how I feel about that story, and it's sad, you know what I mean? Because it's a black man, and it's probably nothing but black people who's involved in this violence. It's sad, bro. Thank you for subscribing. You know what I mean? So that's just how I feel about this. Hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment, man. Anthony Jordan's story next week, he's going to know his faith. I mean, the man, you know, prayer change everything. So, you know what I mean? Prayer change everything, man. Man might get found not guilty of some of that stuff. Man might get found guilty of all counts. And if he get found guilty of all counts, he ain't going to believe himself. He ain't going to believe himself. He ain't going to believe it. That's a different type of pain. But if y'all support him, he was helping you out, y'all was doing business, and y'all did good business, you don't deserve to turn your back. Honestly, you don't deserve to turn your back. You know what I mean? If that man was your friend of yours, you don't deserve to turn your back. You can stay away from it and fall back. But anybody that he was helping and he was good friends need to be a friend right now because Shorty need a friend. Shorty need a friend facing all this time in prison. I'm going to go back to the boy.
Magazines were in the pictures. There's pictures of Anthony Anderson spree.
Need that good breakfast food, man. Need that good breakfast
numerous
food.
screenshots from
Where that good breakfast
from
food
Spree
at?
and Dee Dee Head from social media.
Where that good
or on his
breakfast
phone.
food at?
Another picture of Anthony Washington,
fresh
and then there was a
meat, but they
picture of
started.
Jason Smith. So that was the person putting.
Yo,
the,
man, I stopped eating. Tried to. My
I'm
heart
sorry, it
stopped
wasn't a
eating
picture.
late night.
That Jason Smith was the person
yo.
putting that. Those were what I talked about earlier. The money on the books, 300, the 300, 400, 300. Well, he has a picture of a Facebook from Jason Smith with an email on it. Apparently, you need an email to put some money on somebody's books. So, again, that's the assertion. More Vine link screenshots from Antonio Washington. They had like 5 different Antonio Washingtons with the birthday. So I was thinking they were trying to figure out if one of the Antonio Washingtons was him or not. They had a picture of TT with money. Numerous, like I said, the tattoos were pictures of the house on Salisbury. That was that Anthony Anderson, where they thought he was. They had a picture of that house, was on the phone. a picture of his driver's license. He took a picture of his driver's license
Sure.
for some unknown reason.
It's crazy.
And there was a screenshot of Montez Woods on his phone, and Montez, he's the person that I guess you could attribute that was the first shooting that started all this stuff.
Damn, this shit is in his phone.
Grove, I think.
Shorty.
Yeah. So that was the
bro.
Montez
Bro,
was another
yourself.
picture in there. Ebony Whittier, who was Mikhail Gridiron's girlfriend, she had her photo was in there. And then they had a photo of Anthony Anderson with a text saying that's him with like a question mark.
Man, that's tough, bro. It's a lot on this, bro. Inside the Jordan trial, day 4. I can't take no more, man. Like Ernie Jordan, man, y'all just pray for him, man. What we got over here, man? We see what's up. He thumbed through it. Man. That's serious. Okay, we got something at bottom. Man convicted in pistol whipping robbery scam on the run. I don't do that. Police provide after shooting senior living facility. BDP update on shooting at senior living facility. That's crazy. Let's see what happened with this. This has got to be crazy. Somebody shooting at a senior citizen.
They disrupt your life.
It's crazy. Man, hey, listen, man. Hit that notification button. Hit that subscribe button. Try and get this video to 100 likes and also trying to gain 100 new subscribers. If you like my content and you like what I'm doing, grab a phone, grab somebody's phone around you, say, do me a favor, go to your YouTube and subscribe to this channel. This man trying to get to 10K and we going to support him.
Box Good, WL, Jay-Z, Channel 2.
Ready?
Like this video, y'all. It's 110 people here. Like this video. Like this video. You know what I mean? I need some sausage. No pause. These, breakfast. Something. Breakfast is served. He taking too long to talk. Breakfast is served. See, y'all done kept me in. It's 10:08.
Senior Center,
Y'all keep
right
me
behind
in
me here
here.
at 100 North Central Street. Once officers arrived on the scene, they located a number 1 male, a black male that was deceased, 79 years old, inside of an apartment. There was a second elderly gentleman, 72 years old, with a gunshot wound, and we had a suspect at large. Officers immediately entered the building, got the second victim out. Looking for the suspect, SWAT officers were quickly on scene, swept the building. We were able to take a 65-year-old male into custody. We believe we do have his weapon. At this time, it's still a very active investigation. Our officers did a phenomenal job here. We're here within minutes, secured the building. We're able to take the suspect into custody. I just can't talk enough about how well everything was coordinated.
Shout out to your watch time, my guy. Let's go.
Every day and did a phenomenal job. Unfortunately,
let's go. Subscribe to the channel, man. Let's get this to 100 likes.
Their life, and hopefully we got the suspect
to 100 likes
to the bottom and see why this incident occurred. At this time, I'll take questions.
So you went a 70-year-old, 60-something-year-old got shot in senior citizen building over East Baltimore, and the senior is in custody. They got his gun. They probably was fighting. I don't put that, man. I don't know. That's tough. You know what I mean? That's tough. That's that Baltimore news right there. Baltimore police arrest repeat violent teens at the carjacking. Teens, bro, the carjacking thing. Maryland $1 billion financial shortfall is not Luigi. Luigi, we gotta get to him. Now, this guy we about to get into now is Luigi Magnoni, and he is the guy that shot the healthcare CEO. He's from Maryland. You get what I'm saying? And he's currently being probably on Rikers Island. You know what I mean? Or no, they charged him federally. So I think he next door to Diddy.
Luigi Mangione, the Gilman graduate accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, was set to be back in court tomorrow in New York, but tonight it appears that hearing has been postponed. Meantime, support for him continues to grow, but why? Tonight, a local attorney explains how
He's
all
getting
the
support.
attention could ultimately impact his defense. Since Luigi Mangione's arrest, the Gilman graduate has become a bit of a social media hero. Accused of murdering United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, Mangione's alleged crime has been glorified by many, fed up with America's healthcare system.
The fact that he is young, that he's good looking, and that he is representative of an issue that really hits home with a lot of young people in America these days, which is their frustration with healthcare. So, albeit it's a murder case, he represents a larger ideal, and frankly, that is crucial to his defense.
Just days ago, his attorney's launching this website with a message from Mangione saying he's overwhelmed and grateful for those who have written to him, sharing their stories and expressing support. He says mail has been flooding in from across the globe. He's also reportedly accepted almost $500,000 to support his criminal defense.
The more media attention that Luigi Mangione's case gets, it's good for Luigi.
Attorney Jeremy Eldridge with Eldridge Crandall, who is not associated with the case, says the support, while disturbing to many, could benefit his defense.
If he can get younger jurors, people that are frustrated with the state of this country, frustrated with the healthcare system, feel as though that their needs are not met by that private industry, he could potentially walk into at least one juror of the 12 that feels as though their political sentiment is more important than his guilt or innocence. And in that respect, he only needs to win one juror over to get a mistrial and 12 to get a not guilty.
Eldridge is comparing the case to that of O.J. Simpson, saying jurors could voice their frustration via the verdict.
There was a lot of evidence against O.J. Simpson, we now know, but because of the police misconduct, because of the sentiment publicly about the LAPD, the jury was shrouded by that misconduct in a way that it made it more difficult for the state to present its case effectively. That same issue could happen here, depending on how that jury is selected and how it's composed.
A set court appearance for Monday in Pennsylvania, where Mangione was arrested, that's been
right.
canceled to give his attorneys more
Shout out
time
to
to
my
have
mod
pre-trial
squad,
motions.
Candy Cane.
We'll keep you updated with Mangione's
First
legal
lady,
proceedings.
you know what I'm saying? Safi, Kenny, you know what I mean? Todd Boy,
Jackson, thank you
my
for
man,
watching.
you're from my block. Yeah, I built the mod squad right. True people that really love the channel, really got my back. You know what I mean? But hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment. There's 71 of y'all in here. Man, I hate to leave y'all, man, but I gotta tap out, man. Listen, man, no fuck shit, no fake shit, no foolishness. Anything you say can will be used against you on the internet. Please, please subscribe to my channel. If you like this comment, thank everybody that comment. Hit that double tap. Hit that double tap. Like this video. I will be tapped back in 6:30 between 6:30, 7:15 every morning. And if I'm running late, just know I'm gonna be on there before 9 o'clock. Cause sometimes I run. You know what it is with us, man. Baltimore City hip hop, Baltimore City media. Shout out to everybody that tap in. Before I get out of here, cause I love my fan base so much. Can y'all tell me where y'all from? You got that right. Yes. Tell me where you from right now. I know you're right there. He Charleston. You know what I mean? He Charleston, South Carolina in the building. Y'all, please hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment. You know what I mean? Donate the Cash App right there. It's pinned up right there. You want to donate 615. Let's go. You know what I mean? Shout out to YouTube, bro. Dayton Street 85, Safi. I love you, brother. Assalamu alaikum. I really appreciate your donation. New York. I got 100 guns, 100 clips. And I love New York, New York. And you can tell her way the homie spit that I used to live in New York. Yeah, shout out to New York. Well, 72 people in here. Let's go. Trying to get 70 likes before I tap out. And just a shout out moment. I don't got nothing. I ran out of content. Where y'all from? Where y'all from? Where you from? Where you from? I got the most brutal fan base. Because by me having the most brutal fan base, they won't like the video. They won't tell me where they from. This is just really difficult. But listen, man, I thank y'all for tapping in. No fuck shit, no fake shit, no foolishness. Anything you say can and will be used against you on the internet. Raw Dope Podcast.